Kept seeing a car go into the water. All day they've been showing me reruns in my mind of Adventures with Purpose. BP's gonna find her in the Prosser Lake.
We have found Kylie Rodney's vehicle. Again, our search for Kylie at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10.
There are plenty of questions and very few answers after 4 students at the University of Idaho were found murdered in their off-campus house.
It's like if you look at Ted Bundy's eyes and you look at his eyes, they're the same. Maybe a little bit lighter. The one thing that I keep seeing is curls. So I don't know if he has curly hair or wavy hair, and that might be when it's grown out. I think he elongated, like his face might be a little bit longer. There's a reference to a pointier type nose. He honestly looks a lot like Ted Bundy, but like a jacked up Ted Bundy. Like not as handsome. Seriously, that's what I heard, like a jacked up Ted Bundy. Why am I hearing the word campus security? I keep getting like a security guard or a badge. I don't really, and that could be in his past as well. That might not mean that he just does it right now. And names can be, like I said, interconnects can happen, so they might not even fit this case, or they can be connections to someone. I keep getting like a Brian or something like that. It's because they are going to catch him. Because I'm seeing him in an orange jumpsuit.
Good.
So that tells me that he wasn't as smart as he thought he was. Okay. He's probably going to go to jail for this eventually. I keep getting December.
8-year-old Brian Koberger. He was arrested Friday in
I also get the name Richard again.
I also get the name Rick. Damn name Allen is coming in again.
Jailed 50-year-old Richard Allen in connection with the double murder. Teen best friends Libby German and Abby Williams went hiking on a trail and never came home.
Done on November 20th, 2019 at 7:14 p.m. Q and O. I don't know, I hear something like Quinton or Quinton. I've heard that. I'm not sure if it fits here at all, but I'm seeing trash and I'm not sure, but I've gotten it a lot, so it fits someone.
9:42 Wednesday morning. Quinton Simon's mom told 911 her little boy was gone.
I do keep hearing a trash truck though. Then I keep hearing the trash truck. It's almost like the trash truck is around the same time that he left. That's one thing I can't get rid of is the twisting of the trash bag. And so then I'm like, well, is he in the trash?
Okay.
Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I do hear landfill. Could be that's where maybe the cops think that he is. Like he's in a trash bag, but...
Well, new tonight, a heartbreaking search underway in Georgia for a missing toddler. Police are sifting through trash at a landfill for the remains of 20-month-old Quinton Simon.
If he's still alive, which honestly earlier I felt he was, and I felt like he was going to be found. That was earlier in the day.
A 3-year-old boy found alive and in good health.
For some reason, I do want to go out the back of the house though. But like to the wooded area, but I don't.
He was last seen on Friday playing with his dad in their backyard.
And I said, like within 3 miles by a log. I'm not seeing him being hurt, and I'm not seeing someone coming up and getting him.
And I said, "Were you alone?" Yes.
The main 2 things I keep getting is the wooded area and the shed.
Well, to take cover in that shed, and I truly.
My kid. I would want somebody to come help.
We are live as law enforcement and volunteers search late into the night to find.
I see him running to the woods. Like Cam, like, is this an abduction or did he run off? Because then they give me the Riker thing. No, I keep getting the repeated image of him running to the woods.
House. It's like right in their backyard.
Okay. So maybe he decided he wanted to go play and then he kind of got lost in the woods. Okay. He's got to be within 2 miles. I keep getting that 2 mile. So like I keep getting a reference to the edge of the woods. And so he's still alive because I'm not using him to get this information.
Right.
Around in the woods like I can't find my way out. I'm stuck. And I said he's in a bush.
Okay.
And people were like, "What the heck? What do you mean he's in a bush?" I said, "He's in a bush, and there's searchers around him, but they've missed him."
Okay.
Because he's in this bush.
And I went across a field of grass. I came up on some woods, and I listened good. I heard like a whimpering kind of noise, and at that point I was like, there's no other kids here. It's got to be JJ. So sure enough, I went in the woods, and about 100 feet from where I was at, I think he was in some stickers. There's a lot of stickers and all there.
Tonight in our Missing series, a case that we have heard a lot about from our viewers.
The person.
He wants to take me down the road to like a neighbor's house or something, like another farm. I also hear neighbor. He said he knows this guy. He knows him, and he's a neighbor. I don't know what the friends come in.
Suspect, 58-year-old James Brenner, who also happens to be Dylan's closest neighbor in the remote desert area of Lucin.
Hey guys, how is everybody tonight? So, sorry we're a little late. It's just the way that we are. Since when do you ever see Rachelle arrive on time? It just does not happen. All right, so I have Steven here. We're going to talk about Bradley Klose and everything we've gone through in the past week or so about looking on the maps, trying to figure out where he was. And, you know, he's talked to the detective up there. So I'm going to let him come on and explain everything because I just found out today. So he's the one that I'm turning from skeptic to non-skeptic. So I'll let him tell you. I wish we would have like recorded what we were doing though, because I know the ball went off during it, and I'm just like, man, I wish I knew when the ball would have went off. So, all right, I'm bringing him on. There he is.
What's up, guys? So, sorry, I was a little behind myself. I'm late to all my lives too, which is ironic.
I'm always late. Every single time. It never fails. It's ridiculous.
I'm literally will be late to my own funeral. I promise that.
I'm late to everything. Readings, lives. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, same. So so a lot of the questions. Hold on, just a second. So I have a video that I've got to push through, and I'm trying to get it to go through. We're just
on here.
No, yeah. Well, I'm trying to send it to my buddy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you want to present it, you just go to the present button, and you should be able to pop it up.
No, my camera. So if y'all bear with me a second, I'm trying to switch. I don't like this webcam camera. If you notice, it's like not where I'm at. I don't know how you.
I can't hear you that great either, but it might be from my air conditioner.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you got a mic now. That's better.
Well, what's weird is that what the hell? So I wonder if my audio reduced mic. I'll just let this thing do its own. All right, you ready? Is that good?
Yeah, that's better.
Awesome.
Can everybody hear everything okay?
Yeah. So
he's gonna start talking sexy in the microphone now.
Let me tell you something you want to hear. That'd be hilarious as shit. Okay. No, so I will be honest, man. It's not that I'm a skeptic per se, that more so that I have a hard time with my own self-understanding spiritual stuff, and understanding that somebody could really do what you do. And the fact that what really messed me up though was the fact that on Monday on my phone, and I could show everybody, it was already out there. So she had said, hey, I'm pretty certain I keep going back to these areas. And it was literally between Dean and the pyramid. And so when I found out, now, of course, the information would come out Monday, but we could not talk about it. The family is very strict on this case. They did not want outside people. They did not want it's something that made it very difficult, unfortunately, and it was there's nothing we can do about that. Me and Rochelle can do nothing. What was cool enough though is that the department there was nice enough to even speak with us, and honestly, me just being the fact that they can't really say anything, given on the parents' wishes, they didn't want nothing out. So the PI, from what I understand, they had a search group that the PI works with, and the PI was actually a really good dude. It was super cool. Barbecue, I don't know if y'all know who she is, but obviously she would reach out to him a while back, and he had said he sounds delicious. That's hilarious. But so long story short, he never got back to Barbecue, and so I was kind of a little frustrated at that. And this was back probably about 3-4 weeks ago now, and I had every plan to come out there, which would have been on the 2nd, and that kind of just went to shit for 2 reasons. One, the communication. I suck at communicating. I am not the best person when it comes to that. You can ask my wife this, and now Rochelle.
At least you can admit it.
Yeah, Ra will tell you I suck. So it just, one thing I have to learn is, like, especially if you're working with I'm so used to working alone that it's hard to know. Like, it's not that it's Ra. It's just, and it's not even that I'm a skeptic. It's the simple fact that I'm so used to being alone. And it's frustrating now because I'm honestly morally frustrated for Ra at the simple fact that this was an opportunity that I think, and I hate to say it like that, the young man, it's unfortunate, the turn of events. I hate to hear that he's not alive. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, this was powerful to me. So I could only imagine if people on a scale such as law enforcement could have been able to see it real time. Given there was communication, and
we did tell him Rocky Mountain area, though. I mean, we did tell him that he was literally on rocks. The funny thing is like Rochelle was telling me this, and do you go by Rochelle on this, or use the Psychic Sleuth? Both.
Okay, all right, I was making sure, but
not Rochelle.
Rotel? No, I'm joking. It's that detective cracked me up with that too. But long story short is that I felt compelled to come out there no matter what. So we would reschedule for the 23rd, and we were actually going to go up there and talk with them. This is the first time I could say that any department was like willing to just kind of come out of nowhere and talk. And that to me says a lot, that at a point that when they're saying, I don't know, and their hands are tied. Now you got to understand, law enforcement, from their perspective, they were investigating this as if something malicious something happened. And then they had a PI that of course was doing his own thing. So I think there was so much out there and so secretive that we didn't know anything that was going on. So we kind of sat there and twiddled our fingers, and here we are not putting out videos. We're just talking about it behind scenes. And one thing I'll show you, it's the craziest thing to me, because I can go back and pull it up. Hold on. Let me show y'all real quick.
Well, we kept going between 3 places, and the 2 places his house was in between. We found out his house was between the Peoria and the Pyramid. Yeah. And then the other place we were looking at was off of 17, which was something I was like, well, why am I getting 17 a million times? Like, I got that before we looked at the case. That was the first thing we talked about when we brought in the case. And then the Happy Valley. Yeah.
So what you're going to notice on this is the day. It says Friday, 11:07 p.m. Mind you, last Friday. Now you're going to see something that is talking about Bledsoe. This is about another case, nothing to do with Bradley, but it's where you can catch the day. So I don't know if y'all
we can't see it, Steven. Can you do a screenshot and share screen?
Yeah. Can you see Friday? I can see it.
It's like, okay. Yeah, I could see it better now. I don't know if they can see it.
But now notice how it doesn't change date, and boom. This is where you send me, hey, there was this girl found on the mountain, because you kept getting, oh crap, body burned. Yeah. And because that was
in like a mountainous area, but it was like a couple hours away. It was just a reference, I think.
Yeah, well, the thing that got me though is, so now she's got the point, and it's pointed out Joe Max, right? I hate this brightness of the phone. How can I do this?
If you do a share screen, can you screenshot it and send it to yourself, and then you can share screen it?
Oh shit. Okay, I'm tracking.
Because that's what I do to myself is I'll screen it, I'll like Facebook message it to myself or something, and then I'll share screen. You can do the present button and share screen down here. Or I could do it, whatever. I'm sure I have the same ones.
Hold up. No, I know what you're talking about now because I did. So I've already screenshotted this because I was doing this on TikTok. I was blown away showing everybody on a live. I was like, you got. Oh, thank you. But yeah, give me 1 second and I'll get it up there. Because again,
no, he called me this morning and was flabbergasted, and I was like, I needed this to happen to break a little bit of Steven's skepticism. So you could try to understand how I work, It is a map. I kept Tracy on the map for 5 hours the other night.
Well, the bad part is like, I think a lot of times because
we stayed in that circle though. When we were looking on the map, even the rods were up. Even the rods were light up right on this one because it was leading us that direction. And the name of that road is actually Pyramid something. Sorry, man. It's taking me a second. This is all new to me still. I'm doing pretty good with it though, so I'm pretty happy about that. I was on my live earlier. I tell everybody, I'm like, hey, just give me about 10 minutes to get myself un-effed here. Well, the thing that I kept seeing with him was the rocks in mountainous areas. That's every time I saw him, I would see rocks. If you saw where he was found, Stephen, it's like that colored rock that I kept seeing him on. It's weird. Yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe the airplane I kept getting was a helicopter. I don't know. Unless it's for somebody else. I'm so confused because I keep seeing a helicopter or airplane fly over someone. I don't know who it is. So, this thing is being a super pain in my ass actually right now. And I'm about to get a little aggravated at this, but just I'm going to try it anyways. Facebook message it to you and then you can share screen. That's I email it to you, whatever. I think I got it now. I hope. We're going to keep my fingers crossed, right? All right. Oh, yay. Look at the Gmail. Can y'all still see me? Like, how this don't work like TikTok, does it? Y'all can still see me and everything. Yeah, we can still see you. You see the present button down there? Yep. All right. Are you fucking kidding me? It's making me sign. Well, one of the cards I pulled was happy, and so I was like, well, is that symbolic? I was like, then when I saw Happy Road, I was like, maybe that's symbolic. Oh, I know. It's weird. All right, so there we go. Now I will click. Where did me go? There I am. Let's go over here. This is such a fucking hassle. All right, y'all ready? Boom. Share screen. Don't see anything. Hey, you give me a second. I'm working on it. You're like boom, and then nothing happens. There you go. Can you add it, or do you need me to add it? I think you have to add it. Bam. All right. So you see the time right here? See, it says Friday, 11:07 p.m. Now, mind you, she would send me this. And talking about the mountains over there and about how a body was found over there. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then she starts sending me all this stuff and Harbor Phoenix. And I'm like, man, what are we talking about here? And then she sends me this. So mind you, as I'm seeing all this real time, and she's talking about Joe Max here. Yeah, right there was right kind of by where he was, that Joe Max go up a little bit. Yeah, hold on. No, I've got your phone's not dying, is it? How did you know? Because it says. Because I'm psychic. No, I'm just kidding. It says. That's funny as shit. I didn't think about that at all. Oh, that was the dumbest shit I've ever said. All right, now it's this right here is what I'm really wanting to show everybody. Is to me is like the
the big deal, if that makes sense. All right. So can you
Can I what? You were scrolling just fine. I don't know what happened. You quit scrolling.
No, I'm waiting on my other one. There it is. Bam.
Oh, did you?
This right here. She sends me this. Now, mind you, there's a reason why I'm shitting a brick, because Pyramid Peak and Dean are right beside each other. You can't really see it on this map, and that's the problem. But dead smack, she kept going to this area between Pyramid Peak. Now, mind you, this is Bradley's house. Okay. The wildest part to me, though, was being on the phone with her. And I'm telling you, we were doing rods. Okay. So we're asking it questions. We're talking back and forth, and we're sharing. What was it? We sharing, was it? You kept sending me stuff, and it was over the map. And I'm looking at, no, it was me and you talking and doing Google Maps together. And I thought it was crazy because here. She kept going back to this right here. Can you do this shit faster than I can, actually?
No, you're doing a good job.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's just go.
You have all the evidence.
Peoria. Dude, this is all new to me, so just bear with me. Bloop. Where is it?
Are you trying to go to Google Maps? You have to go to the one of your whatever screen share you're going to and do it that way.
Oh, son of a B word. There we go. You know what's crazy is that, be honest,
and 17 is right there. I'm so tripped out about that 17 because remember a couple days before you told me, I was like, I got 17 randomly, and then I told you, was it in text or on the phone? I was like, it's weird. I got 17 in a reading today, and it doesn't match anything she said.
Well,
she couldn't click it. Like she couldn't realize what 17 meant, and I had gotten it the day we talked. So I think it belongs here, you know.
So this is Deem Hills. This is where he's found. Okay. Obviously, you could tell it's not too. It's not.
Was he found on the upper part? Because that's what I couldn't figure out. They said 67th and Happy, but when you go there, it's like a random place. That's not right.
Yeah. So, no. I think what they did was just having like a general.
Was it upper or lower?
I'm wanting to think it was upper. To be honest with you, the way I take it.
They said it was off of Pyramid something road, which might be 17. I don't know.
Let's see. I mean, this is a terrible way to look at this. Why ain't you doing it?
That's the way I always do it.
You do it this way?
Yeah.
Here's my problem though. Is Valley Vista. So where is...
That's Happy right there. And then I don't know where it was like Pyramid something road was what they said, which I think might be the same as 17.
Yeah, but
I couldn't find it.
I got an idea. Usually the more you zoom in, the better it gets, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. My thing is though, that means he was way on up here by exactly where you were, and that's the weird part to me. Like I can't get this out of my head right now because you got to think. There's the river, right? His house is what on this side of the river right here.
No, you're over. Go up. You're down. Yep. Go up by Pyramid. Yep. Over there by that's why we kept going between three places because his house is right smack dab in the middle of Pyramid and Peoria. You're going the wrong way.
Oh, I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Other way. Left.
All right. Thank you. I was like,
left and up.
That's to my right.
No. Well, no, looking at the screen. Wait, are we opposite? Okay, the opposite way then.
Oh my gosh.
That way. Up.
This is not going great. Oh, cool. I've got super big letters now.
Do you want me to do it for you?
Yes, please. I'm about to flip out over here. All right. Do I let go of the screen?
Yeah, you can delete it or whatever.
Ta-da. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. I am like
Where
a
am
kid.
I at? Wait. Oh, I was already here. Dean. I was
Tracy said,
already
look
on
at all
here.
the fast food places.
Okay. Here we go.
I know this. I need to fix this real quick before it drives me nuts. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, man.
Do you want it on to where it shows it? Or do you want it on the map? They said it was like...
This is what I find wild.
This is Dean
Yeah.
Hill. Do you want it on this view or do you want it on the map view? This is what it looks like. Okay.
I like this view better because this gives me like what I'm trying to see. And this is what's crazy is, okay, why, if they searched it, right? Just saying, why didn't
Pyramid
they?
Peak. Here's Pyramid Peak. Here's Deem. And here's his houses over here in this place right here. And then Peoria. So we were going between Peoria and Pyramid Peak because his house was here. And then we kept going down here, down here, down here.
Yeah, every time we kept saying, we kept
17 is there and Happy Valley's down here. Well, he's got to be around here somewhere.
What was funny though is we kept doing the rods and the rods kept walking us on down. It was like, are you on this street or near this road? And it was like, yes. And then we would say something the other direction. It was like, no. It was like, okay. So we just kept going down. I'm telling you, I am bamboozled right now because I literally worked with her on this. So it was kind of cool to me to see how it works and how she's doing it.
17.
And then I wasn't thinking there's like a double-edged sword with this. I'm happy that he's found more than anything.
Me too. I just wish I could have gone to the area and see what it felt like.
Yeah. Yeah, because this would have been, well, that's my fault. So
we had it we had it, and then if we would add the astrology, she said his whole stellium go this way. That whole 7th and 8th house stellium, she said it was going this direction. And you know what? This Stetson Hill right here, I was like drawn to this word right here. This Stetson. I was thinking that Stetson cologne. I was really
of all things, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
If you don't drive
I'm just wondering exactly where he was, because is this called Pyramid? What is the Pyramid Road? Is it this one? It doesn't tell you. Oh, that's the canal. Okay, so it's not it, but there is water by there, which just came in the cards. Because I did do a card reading, I just didn't release it because.
Do you know what I find strange, right?
Black Canyon.
Is that it confirms to me though he never went on the other side, because a lot of my problem I was having myself was the only road. Remember we talked about this. The only road he would have is North Stetson to get over there Pyramid.
Well, I remember when we talked about it, I was like, I don't know if because I couldn't really see anybody doing anything to him. And then when you were talking about what the detective was saying, it threw me, and I was like, well, but I don't know. Like it's almost like he went up there by himself for some reason. Like I almost like suicide. I hate to say like self-deletion, because I pulled that card multiple times and I was like questioning it because it was coming in that way. I'm trying to see where somebody said it was off of did that just say Stephen? Oh, it said Stetson Road. See, there's 51st Avenue. Oh, right here, North Pyramid Peak.
Mm-hmm.
They said he was by North Pyramid Peak when I watched the news today. Look, North Pyramid Peak leads right there, dude. Was he taking a shortcut home? I don't
know. It wouldn't make sense.
I don't know why he would get here.
My question is, if it's not foul play, right? What happened? What happened to him?
Well, man? I didn't get that far because I was just trying to locate because I knew we were going up there. That was my next thing. I was going to do a reading. But I really but remember my first ping is always correct before I know anything. Because once I start knowing things, I'll question it, right? So I like to do it as clear as I can without any information. So when we first spoke about it, I told you I thought it was like suicide or like he went off and something happened, right? Like he was by
Tracy
himself.
looks like Tracy.
I never could see anything.
Your friend Tracy just threw me off. I swear, I looked at it and thought that was a picture of Dolly Parton. And I'm like,
yeah, she's Dolly Parton, all right.
As I thought it was. Okay, all right. I'm sitting here. I'm like, is that Dolly?
Yeah.
Tracy, no, I know, man. I'm telling you, like, look, I'm not a skeptic because I don't want to believe. That's the furthest thing from it. I'm a skeptic because, in my personal opinion, it's hard for me to understand reality versus spirituality, and that they are very two real things, right? And I've always been the type to question the man upstairs, to be honest, about things that would happen. So there's a part of me that just has this fine line of, until like you make it happen in front of me, I can't believe it, because it's just like this, accusing people of being guilty when I can't do it. I've had to learn just to keep my opinions to myself. And with this being open with Ra, I figured it was best to be open and say, look, I'm skeptical, but it was never in a way to make her doubt herself. Because first off, I think her videos speak for themselves. It's just, if anything, this has made me a real believer of her. Nobody, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't mean I'm going to believe everybody else, but of her, that she has a real unique ability to connect with things.
Well, like I was telling you, like I'm trying to also learn how things feel, because I don't that's what I've struggled with the most is location. And I'll be the first to admit it. Like I'm not great at location, whether I question that feeling or I don't understand it.
Yeah,
or
but
there's nothing to validate. But sometimes there's nothing to validate why I go there. So it's like the only thing I have is I keep going back here.
Well, that little bear back there likes to talk to you.
Oh yeah, the bear went off again this morning. It does that with you all the time. It's the weirdest thing.
I'm telling you, it's probably because I'm dying.
Show you. Well, the ball went off. Remember we were working on this and the ball went off?
Yeah. No, I thought that was wild.
Where I sent you the map. I screenshotted that.
I just think that is crazy, man.
That's when I sent it to you. I was sending the three spots in that area, and then
let me tell you, when she gets on a roll, your phone's just I'm like looking at pictures and images. Takes me a minute.
Tracy knows. This is what it looks. Well, you can't really see it. I wonder if we should play the video. Oh, he dropped. He'll be back. I wonder if I should play the video of because you can't really see the area he was, because I kept saying rocks. And so he told the detective, he's like, well, a rocky mountain area. And the detective's like, well, what do you mean a Rocky Mountain area? I think he thought like a mine, and all the mountain areas are rocky around there. So no, I'm like, no, like a mountainous rocky area. Let's see, where is it? Is this it? They had a video. I need to find the video that they. Here it is. Oh, we got to add you back. Okay, hold on. I found the video.
Popped off there. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, yeah, because I always told Steven, like, Rocky Mountain. Like, I kept seeing that. Now look how rocky this is.
Rocky Mountain Highway.
Is it on there? Okay. Of course, there's a commercial.
Commercial.
Of side-by-sides. We've dedicated a whole show.
He looks like an older version of Bradley.
Accessories as well as custom-built machines ready to go. Come out to
Okay, and you can't fast forward. Sorry about the commercial.
Well, Peoria police say the body of a missing teenager was found in the Dean Hills Recreation Area. This was a look at the police response near 67th Avenue and Pyramid Peak.
Look at that! Look at that rock formation right there, Steven. Doesn't that look like the rock formation I sent you?
Missing from his workplace back on
just
April
smaller.
8th. Police.
This is my first time watching this.
To Klose. but they don't say that anything suspicious. They don't believe any suspicious happened in this case.
I just find that so
some
fucking hard.
brightness in a dark time.
Couple days, several times.
Well,
a
I
week.
mean, look at
There's some skeletons
Jay.
washing the car. You know,
Okay, hold
we
on.
have
What
a
the hell?
dog,
Come
and
here.
they have a dog now.
Why is there so many commercials on this?
So
It's a
making
commercial,
those little
dude.
connections matter.
After receiving her note, Piles knew he had to do.
I don't know. Did you see the area, or do I need to replay it?
No, I saw the area really good.
Did you see that formation? It looked like the one I sent you.
Yeah,
but
like
just
little,
a smaller version. Yeah,
Yeah. Are those tree trunks?
they're not real trees. We're level like
No, well, you know how
mesquite
everybody
trees.
always is like, "Oh, it's a tree trunk." It's like, oh my, how do you end up with? That's what I don't understand. She said, "Yeah, I think he fell."
It's just weird because his chart is so like angry.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's like Carly tried to explain. It is a little strange to me.
They don't know. They don't
Did
know
say
how
they
he
didn't
got
think
there or
about
what everything. They don't know. I got thrown off because of what the detective was telling you versus what I felt, you know. It was hard because it was like the first time we talked about it, I kept saying, I think he's up in these mountains for some reason.
Oh,
And
you
then
know what I wish?
the
I wish
detective said, "Oh, I think there's something like that happened." And I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Well, and the weird part is I wish that ASOPs dude, PsyOps, you know who that is?
PsyOps. No, I'm seeing what he's talking about.
He was in my live the other day too. He's in my,
Was he? So is he a troll?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he is, man. I think he somewhat is, but something, man. He kind of says some factual shit though. The other day he was in the live saying some shit that was like,
Oh, for this crap. Okay, yeah, definitely going to. Hold on. Where are you, Mod? There we go. Accountability for what? I mean, it's ridiculous.
it's unfortunate. It's what sucks for you is that
every time we would talk about Bradley, it was like I kept seeing him in this rocky area. You see how rocky that is? That's what I kept seeing, like him there. And
shit.
It was like, man, we got to find this place because that's every time I'd look, that's what I'd see, you know, every time I go back on the vision.
My thing is though is I still in my head, right? Try to have a general understanding of if it's not foul play. He left the workplace with all of his stuff there. So it was like he planned on only being gone for a few minutes. That's what's got me. Like,
well, I mean, Jay just wanted to walk home a different way. You know, I truly feel that Jay was an accident too. He's just taking a shortcut and he didn't realize how treacherous it was. And maybe that's kind of the same thing. Because I think this was right after Jay. And I think we discussed that maybe he had, because I mean, that's the way home. If he was found up on those mountains, maybe he got down there and was like, hey, I'm going to like try to take a shortcut. And something happened. It's just weird that detectives would think there's something else, you know, but then now they're saying they don't think any foul play. So that's what threw me when the detective started saying foul play. It made me go against what I thought originally.
I'm trying to look at what the
Yeah, it's in Arizona. So
yeah. Hey, Rob, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
So what's the general area now? This thing here, I'm gonna mute my mic real quick for you. So
I mean, I'm so happy he was found, but it's just like that would have been a good experience just to see how it feels to be in an area that was the right area. Because we had that location. Then we would have finished the astrology. We would have had it exactly. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what it was. I think he got really upset over something. You know? I mean, I pulled a suicide card several times, but I was questioning it. And that doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that he might have gotten himself into a situation where, you know, his actions caused it. But I've learned a lot from these two cases and the way that things feel, like going from the to the location. Because with Elijah, when I went back over the readings, we had directions, but yeah, now Tracy, when I did the rods myself, it took me a different direction, and I was like, nope, that's not right. So the rods are just like to try, you know. But I learned a lot from that because I think the thing with Elijah is they kept telling me it was searched, and it was I kept thinking she's not that dumb. But I mean, we went there multiple times. There's directions in the readings. So it's important to go back over the readings from the beginning and see, you know, and try to put it together. But this one, it was more like, I just want to, since we were going up there, I was trying to locate him and then figure it out. Yeah, we have those like bushes, and we have a lot of mesquite trees. I have a couple mesquite trees in my car in my yard. And those mesquite trees can get actually pretty big, and they're like an Arizona tree.
I'm about to throw this thing sometimes, man. Sorry. I actually had to do some work stuff real quick because I didn't realize we had a site down. Super cool not to know that. I don't understand why they don't message me and tell me something like that. Instead, I have to see it on here, and then I can get in trouble. It's like, oh, you didn't check the site. Well, you didn't tell me, Pappy.
Well, we were talking about Bradley today, and the bear went off. I was laying in bed. I heard it all the way in there. And then when we were working on it, the ball went off. I just wish I could remember where we were when it went off.
I'm telling you right now, this right here solidified what I needed to see truthfully to feel confident at Percy, because I have to it's like I told you earlier, I have to realize like this ain't about what I feel. It's about, I can't do what you do. So I can't question it. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I have to
question it. I mean, do you think I like understand like
shouldn't.
why I know, but it doesn't make sense to me either, Steven. It's just the pool. That's the only place I get pulled back to constantly. And I would be like, okay, maybe it's all the death there. But the fact that there's a line that runs through there, it's like, okay, well, maybe we need to have a deeper look. Because the same thing kind of happened, you know, with Elijah. Like, we looked at that place several times. Even on the last live, I'm pretty sure it was the last location we looked at.
Sorry, guys. I got my little puff stick. The one thing I was, can you bring up his map real quick?
Again?
Sebastian?
Who, yeah. Sebastian? Do you want the astrology map?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it would be cool to kind of go over it real quick.
First, we have to ask Steven if he's more of a believer now. Stop. Hey, stop. Sorry. Justice always starts barking.
I'm telling you, I was bragging on you on TikTok. I got on live, man, and I just literally could not stop. Like I was like, I wanted everybody to see this. I was like, you don't understand what the fuck excuse my language, seen for myself. Like I seen how it works, and I truly believe in it. Now, like, I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna go. Like for this to happen, for me to have validation on a Friday. And on Monday, kind of, I may or may have kept some shit from somebody, but I didn't know. We didn't know 100%, and they didn't want to tell me.
I didn't know. I probably would have been on the map looking for him, and he'd already been found.
I didn't think about that the right way. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day,
I like literally go like on the map randomly and just start looking. and see where I felt pulled to. And
my thing is I just didn't want to be like an idiot and be like, oh, hey, they found him. Guess what? They didn't find him.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, he did pretty much say it, dude. Then again, I think they didn't confirm it until today. Legitimately, it wasn't confirmed. So they knew he was out there Monday, and it wasn't confirmed.
It's confirmed
until today.
now. So when you called the detective, what did he say? Like, did he say anything about the rocky area? Because the dog keeps hitting the thing. Because
no, man, the one thing, well, like I told you last time,
we told him about the rock. We told him about a rocky area. Like, we told him that. I'm wondering if he's seeing it now and going, "Wait, rocky area."
I think
it makes me wonder, like, what goes through their mind now.
I'm forever, like I said, I really hope he takes me back. And I don't know how this works with detectives, to be honest with you, because, I mean,
well, but I'm just saying we did tell him, like, a rocky area. And I'm thinking, man, when we were working on this, we probably should have, like, called him and been like, hey, have you checked this area right here? You know?
Well, I sent the text to him at 4:30. So, and he never responded. So then again, he also could be his time to get off too. So I don't know. Like I said, he's been super cool about just.
No.
He's the first person I've ever said, I will say this, as far as a cop or talking to somebody like that was like, he was okay. Like, it wasn't like he was like, yeah, F you. The fact that they have worked with, did you know this? Arizona's, kind of like RTBI has worked with psychics.
Yeah, they do.
I did
that's
not
what I was
know
trying
that.
to tell you. No, Allison Dubois, she started her career up here with working with the police department. I think that's who he said he worked with, because he said a year later she was on TV. Pretty sure that was her.
Well, I don't know. I know this.
The show Medium is based off of her. It's obviously not really how it works, but it makes people like me say, oh man, we're low caliber to the show Medium, because Medium, they like go right to the bodies. It's nuts. It's like, it doesn't really work like that. I mean, maybe for some people.
I say, don't compare yourself to that. Like, you are above that. I think you're hearing something with the bottoms of those legs at the bridges. Tracy, yeah. You know what's funny? Go watch that video. There was something I seen in it, and the reason why I would bring my drone out and why I was like tripping, because you don't hear me say anything. I'm like, it'd be cool to blah, 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 to look at it with the drone. And then all of a sudden I have my drone out. So if you go look at the video, you could see the moment I'm like questioning something on TikTok. It's hold on. I'll show you. I'll show you exactly the part it is. I just don't never mention it, because to me it was like, yeah, I'm not going to say shit about this.
But I bet you it clicked when he saw where he was, and he was like, oh, rocky area. Okay. Because he even said to you, like, what do you mean a rocky area? Well, that's all you have out there in Arizona in the mountains.
Okay. So you're not going to really see it, but it's going to be, so if you remember the video, Tracy, I'm talking about the columns, how they go down, and there's so much water jet and erosion down at the bottom of the columns, the dirt actually and the rocks sit like this. So it kind of has like valley ridges, right? So y'all see right there at the corner of that edge? So that big, there's a wall right there, and then that's the valley. I kept seeing that on that ledge, and I'm like, is that a Head and Shoulders? And of course, I freak out, and I'm like, what is that? And so, we got to understand, not every tree trunk is a person. So I learned a valuable lesson. No, at the end of the day, it was nice to, even the stuff with TWRA coming back and saying what they did helped me a lot, because I knew what I saw that day. So,
well, and it turns out that it possibly was something.
Yeah. And that's what, Justin with TWRA, thank you. That's what I'm going to say, because when he called me and said, hey man, this turned up here at Trinity Hills, we want you to know, like, what you saw could be valid. And I'm like, How long has this person been in the water? Blah, blah, blah. It's like close to 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. And I'm like, this is wild to me. But I have learned, don't react to things quick. That situation, all in all, I don't like talking about it just because I've gave enough attention to it now. Like, I waited 2 weeks. I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I waited for answers.
Yeah.
Sumner County sucks. Hey, let me ask you something. With dealing with these cases, have you noticed something though between Summer Wells and these other? The law enforcement isn't they suck at communicating.
They don't
dude.
care. They don't. I mean, I haven't heard anything from Summer in forever, but I mean, to be fair, there's something in her astrology that points right at a cop's house. So
yeah,
I think that they're covering for those specific people. I don't know so much about. I mean, there is corruption in this case, honestly, and I've heard
with
that.
Summer. What do you feel about
Tennessee? I feel that Summer, allegedly her mom, and allegedly, I think she was in a way selling. I mean, it's all in her astrology chart, and I think the cop. There's a line that goes directly to a cop's house that was possibly knows about her there. I really think her mom lost it on her. I don't think she ever ran away.
I just don't see her
what
running
I've ever
away,
seen. I don't ever. I mean, if she was upset, like if her mom was chasing her, I could kind of see it, but which is what I saw. But I always see like her catch up to her. I don't think Summer. I think if she would have ran away, she might have been found by now. But just in her astrology, it doesn't point to the fact of her running away.
Just pray for me the day some giant swamp monster. Hey, you know what was funny? I was going to post it. I scared the shit out of myself the other day, and I'm going to start. I got to start filming this or keeping the bloopers. So I'm filming it. I'm looking at the water down there, and this big ass fish, pike fish, comes by. I'm like, I was like, oh, what the hell is that? And I was like, that's a fish. We ain't going to talk about that. I'm just going about my way.
It's a whale. Yeah. You know they have freshwater dolphins. You run across a freshwater dolphin.
I'll shit a brick. I'll be actually happy about that.
No, you'll jump in the water and be just like, I'm gonna go swim with some dolphins here in Tennessee. Right. I don't know exactly where they're at. They also have pink ones.
I want to say this to you. I mean, I appreciate the opportunity to work with you, man. I am not a good friend by no means. I'm terrible when it comes to communicating, but I will say that my whole life I've always felt a gravitational pull towards like intuitive stuff. Like I have feeling. I'm an empath, strong empath. I can feel emotions. So I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this. To be honest, I'm happiest when I am doing all this. Believe it or not, like I feel like I have a purpose. The whole questioning does not go it has nothing to do with you. And I hope you know that. Like I say that with everything. It's got nothing. It's me. It's my internals and me having to come to the realization that there is a real spiritual world out here, and that it's crazy because it's at war, like solid war. And I don't care what anybody says. Like I am learning that day by day because I'm at war with myself over it. So if you imagine if I'm one person at war, I can see it. I've now lived through a personal experience where somebody has said they could do this and they absolutely do it. And I'm like, holy shit. I just watched something happen that I can't explain it. And I don't understand. Although I've always been like, kind of like, well, okay, like I believe anybody has a gift, but when you actually see it work, it's a whole different feeling. It's like, holy shit. Okay, there is something else going on here because in your mind, you can't perceive it. You can't understand it. It's like, you don't want to, you can't process it. I can't. It's just like the simple fact of like, a lot of people, and I hate to say this with Sebastian's case, right? They don't want the process of this young man's is gone, most likely. It's you're literally at ends with yourself because you don't want to believe something, right? And that's really what it is. It's like, but I can tell you right now.
And I started questioning myself when everybody starts saying, oh, he's been kidnapped and stuff. Like I started questioning it. And then in my mind went back to like some of the astrology I've seen. Somebody that I know been doing this for 20 years. And I saw her chart in my head and it was like, Spirit showed me the chart in my head. And I was like, okay, then don't quit second guessing, but it's hard because I naturally second guess myself. So then when I have other people around me second guessing me, it's like, well, fuck, maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
Where I'm going.
Baldy is one of my good friends. She's in that TV show, Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix, and the TV show The Mole on Netflix. And me and her talk like all the time. She is like a legit sister to me, and she's very skeptical. And so as soon as I got on live, I said, Baldy, you got to get on live with me. So she come up with me. I said, look at this shit. I was like, you know how we're both skeptics, and I was like, I watched something happen. So I'm on live, TikTok live, showing everybody it's Friday, and this is when I got this shit, and this is when this happens. And I'm like, nobody, it's just wild, man. I can't explain it. Sometimes we go there in our dreams, and it might be the 60s. You know, Dr. Z, what's funny is I've had multiple dreams where I've seen myself in a car wreck, and I walk out of the car, and I can still see myself in there, and it's in the 70s. It's weird. I can't explain it.
Maybe you're a walk-in.
Where the hell am I going, though?
Okay, so a walk-in is when somebody basically, like, you switch bodies with someone.
Oh. Yeah, I don't like that.
You died in a car accident, and then you switched. Or you died and then you came right back. Like, when were you born? You're born in 80-something. So maybe you just decided to come back. Maybe you're remembering a past life.
Did I just read that?
What?
Almost 2 weeks ago, it snowed on the mountains of Flagstaff.
We get hail in here. We get hail during monsoon.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's hail.
It's hail.
Ice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting here, I'm like, what the fuck?
I get large ass hail out here, and it's like it's in the middle of monsoon. It's a weird thing.
Don't y'all have like y'all's monsoons are like truly amazing though? Like how they go down the valleys?
You've seen the lightning, like it gets crazy.
It's
like
beautiful.
that. Like the lightning is crazy. And out here, like I get so many cool sky, so much cool sky stuff. Like I wish I had a better camera.
Those little
moon is just
lightning spirits that are pinkish looking.
Yes. Well, we like in that lightning video, like it was lightning every direction, you know. It's crazy. The craziest lightning out here. We have the craziest storms, and sometimes it gets scary because it'll pound the rain will pound. It's hard. And I have my goat standing in it, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, same goat that beat up his house too. So I mean,
the wind blew the house down. He didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, hey, is your dog staying in the yard now?
A collar. I got a collar on him. He does not like it.
Oh no.
So it's
river
working.
dolphin.
Say that.
You know what I thought about? It makes you wonder with psychics and mediums. Do you like when it comes to storms and stuff? Do you feel that energy like pretty hardcore?
I get emotional over it sometimes, or I like feel the power of it, but it's kind of just like that. I mean, I think we're more in tune with nature and things like that. So I think we feel things a little bit more strongly, you know, but like when it comes to like feeling things on a map, like I said, there's nothing that tells me that's the spot other than a pull back to it over and over again.
Well, now we know.
Like Elijah, like the astrology line hit exactly there, and that's where my pool was, and that's where the directions went. Like,
what's the thing to say?
That's the lesson I learned with that one was go back to my first two readings because they were the most accurate. And when I went back, there's directions on how to get there. It's like literally go down here, turn left or turn right around the corner and go up. Yeah. Like it was there in that where the quarry is. That's the only quarry. So I feel stupid now. I let people get in my head and say it's been searched, and there's no way that he could.
No, because see, that's one thing I started touching on in my videos.
It's an internal struggle.
If I tell you I search it, by all means, please, whatever you do not take my word for it. Go behind me and you look. There's nothing wrong with double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking. I mean, look what
I've
just
seen
happened.
That happen about 5 times now where I've been told it's been searched and they're found there anyways.
Yeah.
So,
Elijah.
Specifically a personal case I worked.
See, this is, I don't know, man. Speaking of,
and I always tell people like the way I work, it's description, it's directions, and it's pulls. And then the astrology is supposed to back that all up to be like, I'm getting pulled here. Well, the astrology fits. Maybe it's for a reason. Can I promise it's always going to be right? No. But what I'm trying to learn is to feel how it feels to be pulled to an area. And the one thing I can tell about Sebastian is I always get pulled up the river and I can't stop myself.
Wow, man. You know, speaking of storms, that's wild that you said you get emotional sometimes. So I'm not emotional, but I'm at my calmest. I'm at my calmest when the wind is howling like horribly and when it's storming. Like, I don't know why. It's almost like a soothing thing for me. And I think it's because my whole life has been a disarray and just what I would call a storm in itself, where it's a wreck. And I'm used to that fight or flight shit. And I think when it gets that way in the chaos of it, I find myself in like a result, in a place of like happiness and resolve where I'm like, this is normal to me. And so I take day by day now, and I've noticed that about my life. So on the days that it is sunny or the days that are gloomy and stuff, I try to appreciate that a little more, just for the simple fact of like, hey, my life doesn't have to be this way anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, I know that like the thunder out here gets really freaking like I've screamed in my house because it scared the crap out of me. It was so loud. So loud. But it was mostly, when I got that video of the lightning and then I watched it back with the music, that's when I got emotional. I was like, why am I emotional watching this? I think we're just more connected to nature, to animals, to things like that. That's why I have a billion animals here. Because they love me and I'm more connected to them. Like,
hey, I have a weird question.
Yeah.
How did you get music attached to this damn intro thing?
I made it through a different one that I use now. I use CapCut now.
Oh, okay. You like it?
And you have to find the different musics like that you can use that won't get copyright.
Damn.
This one was one that like won't get copyright. So somebody else is using it too, another psychic.
I just like y'all setup, man. Like, I talk to Titanium a lot. Titanium's a close friend of mine now. And dude, every time I'm like, y'all setups, man. It's like all put together. My shit, I go in there, it's all disarrayed. I'm like, oh shit, my stuff's still on the screen. Sorry. I do appreciate you letting me come on here. I really hope people heed what I'm saying. And I'm going to do what I would say a legit video on it tomorrow with TikTok and actually with YouTube, because I think people need to understand what just happened, because it's one thing for you to say it, Ra, but I'm a person, I'm telling you, that is like, when I say I was a skeptic, man, I my whole idea of this has changed, because even when I went out to Percy, and you get frustrated with me a lot. I know you do. But at the end of the
I get frustrated because you let other people drive you in other directions. You do that very easily. And they make you question yourself.
No. We're going to talk about this online.
Yeah, we are. Ask Tracy. Tracy agrees.
No, it's not that I'm getting distracted. Is that I have 100 things already on that list, and I try to do it where I try to at least please everybody, and I'm learning that you can't do that. That no matter how many people pull you in a direction, it's like, just go with what, because my heart tells me follow this way. You're working with somebody, do this. But then somebody will literally randomly message me like, hey man, will you check this ditch down the road? And I'm like, fuck, I didn't think about that ditch. So then I'm over there in the ditch.
That's
and
what
I'm
I mean. You're ADHD, and then you listen to everybody, and they're like, hey, come check this. So it's like, so then you start questioning things. So that's, I think, where my questioning comes from, is like, you and a lot of people tell me, don't question yourself, blah, blah, blah. But it's easier said than done, because
that is true.
It's easier said than done.
No, you're one. That's one thing I'll say, that
it's easier said than done, because I'm not trying to lead people on wild goose chases. You know what I mean?
No, you've said that since day one. Like, you've always been open to that. You've always said, this ain't about, I'm not going to be, look, I can't point you to a body, but what I can do is give you what I'm feeling and help you put you in a general area. And what we hope is that, the spirits is correct and it puts us there. But that's something I'll say hands down, man. And I tell everybody that, because everybody always is like, it's so crazy how many people will attack you for just working with a medium. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? We have nothing else. We don't have anything. And you're going to be mad at me for believing.
That's my point is we have nothing. So what's wrong with it? Police do
What
it sometimes. The government does it. The government used to work with psychics all the time. They studied remote viewing, which is something I do. So,
dude, I watched a whole documentary on that. Did you see that? I'm sure everybody has, man. I didn't know that was a big thing back in the day.
I've made my friend Kelly's husband a believer. He was totally a skeptic, and now he's watching remote viewing videos.
Dude,
she's like,
crazy
totally turned him.
how people tap in is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's one dude that listens to heavy metal. I know that sounds far-fetched, but he'll listen to metal, and he's like head bobbing, and then everything, he'll like, it's time, 30 seconds, and it goes quiet, and he's just sitting there. And then, is it called auto-writing, what you call it? He'll start writing. But this dude's eyes are closed.
Yeah.
Like, you close your eyes, or you just...
No, I'm typing, so I don't... I'd probably end up with a bunch of Z's and F's on my keyboard if I tried to close my eyes.
Shit. I know, man. That's like him. I'm like, sometimes it looks like he's drawing.
Sometimes I do, like, if I'm struggling, I'll close my eyes and I'll type. But yeah, luckily it's words. But
what's funny is his looks like a bunch of little tornadoes sometimes, and then it's like, oh, hey, a word. It's like, and he gets excited about it. It's like, the hell just happened here?
I didn't watch it, but I do remote viewing myself, and sometimes I can see myself in an area, and I'll like try to turn myself around. The only thing I struggle to see is like street signs and stuff. Like I have a hard time seeing street signs, but mostly I find myself in the middle of a damn wooded area doing circles. And there's nothing to look at but the woods.
It's like, what the hell, man? It's like,
so
you
I
can
find
take me
myself- and
anywhere.
I'll be in the wooded area, like turning around, like, okay, well, where the fuck am I?
It's like, no street signs there, bud.
Or like they remote viewed me, like sometimes if somebody's in a car, and I will either see it like I'm the victim, the perpetrator, or the third person in the back seat. So sometimes it's like I'm taken back in time and remote viewing, and I'm in the back seat and I'm watching like a conversation or something happen in the car. So sometimes I can do that. They put me on the thing that exploded. What's it called? Imploded. The submarine. They put me on that. I was on that. I was just in the dark. Then they put me on the airplane. MH. I can't remember what it's called. That was an accident. I'm in an airplane and I'm hearing like the beeping and the airplane going down, and like, so those are the times that like I can remember that I've really remote viewed, but usually I remote view in every case naturally if they put me there. It's weird. But
is Lester Road in Hendersonville, Tennessee? Are you talking about Latimer or Lester? Because I've never heard of Lester. I've been in Hendersonville my whole life.
we can pull up the map real quick.
That's what I'm looking at. I know Latimer is right there.
I'm going to pull up the astrology map, though.
Yeah, please.
Because we want to stay on the lines. Because she's 3 for 3. She's 100% right now. She's going to teach me how to do it. So that, because she's not going to be able to help me much longer. So she's going to teach me how to map. Of course, I got to learn math, which is not cool. I'm not good at math. But she's like, it's okay. I learned math. And I'm like, okay, well, I am not good at math. So hopefully I don't.
I think you're talking about Latimer, to be honest, because I'm sitting here right at the Beach High School area, and there is a Latimer. It's like I was having to connect with nature in a different part. I bet that's kind of cool effort. I stayed in Southwest Colorado and camped out for a month. The nature was overwhelmed with strong winds and it affected me a lot when I came back home.
I mean, okay, and there's something else I need to point out. Sometimes in an astrology map, it can be a line going one way. Like I think Elijah, there was the Neptune line, the Saturn line, and another line. They kind of went like this, right? In Dylan's, it was straight his ascendant line by itself, right? In Caleb, it was like the moon line went straight through there, but there's a couple other lines next to it.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
You see the yellow line? Is that the sun line?
Well, yeah, hold on. What I was trying to explain is all the energy is going this way. If that's my point.
Okay, I got you.
But in in Bradley, she told me that all the energy was going towards where he was found. So we can do it like that so that they can see it better. We won't be on the screen. I don't know. Could you guys still hear us? I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah.
There we go. We could go like that. That way I know that we're still on there. Hold on. I got to find this map again. We're zooming into what?
All right. That's the sun line. If you could
The
go
other one?
down. Yes. Let's go to the Old Hickory. This is where I was at today because of the winds and stuff. I didn't want to go to Percy and be out there by myself an hour away. It's going down. I went right down Indian Lake is what's crazy. Okay. So here's what's crazy. Go all the way down. Right there to the edge of the water. Right there.
Yeah.
So where I went in today, you see that Lock 3, I'm pointing at it like you can see it. Lock 3 recreation area.
Yeah.
So I went right. All this right here where in the Lock 3 is right here. Can you see my mouse or no? No, probably not. Dumb question. Sorry. So yeah, Lock 3, and you see the gravel. I went all around that. What is wild to me is that black line you see right there. That is a nature preserve ground. So if you look where Walton Ferry, the W is, and to that other corner where Lock 3 is, right across from the W, it's 2 feet right there during June. Today, I was able to get back off over there in there where it was 6 feet and it goes 14 feet all through there. And I was looking at it. There is picnic tables. Y'all will see on a video I upload tomorrow, but where that C is in Luna Lane Church, there is a picnic. There's a bunch of trails back off of there, and that threw me off. Did not know that was there. So what was crazy is on a park bench that was randomly in the middle of the woods, Sebastian's poster was on it. And I'm like, oh, that's a random place for that. And it was in the middle of thick ass woods. And the yellow line that you see there is what's got me kind of weirded out a little bit, to be honest, was I did not realize that there is that little culvert there, but there's a lot of in and out traffic right there on that little peninsula at the end, right there where the yellow line is. And so I tried to go over there, and there was like little baby barges over there today. And the only thing I thought about was kind of what you had said about not boat maybe, but I know that you said that it could be cross-referencing possibly, or whatever you call that. I'm sorry if that's wrong. So, but this was the final push to clear that area. Like let me say that I say that very loosely. Okay. I will never say that I cleared an area. I will say that I have went there myself. I did not see anything. All of my sonar stuff is I buy SD drives every week, and I probably have about 20 SD drives full with every search I've ever done of the sonography saved. So anybody can go back and review that footage to see if I missed something. I've done that since day one. They're all labeled. They say where it was and what day. But let's carry on to Percy Priest.
I have an idea if you want. Do you want to ask the Rod's question? I mean, it worked with Bradley when you asked. It was right when you asked. When I did it, it was not. Maybe because I have my own thoughts. And
I would like to ask the Rods
because I'll have you ask them through this, right?
Okay.
And then we can't take it. We have to take it with like a grain of salt because they can be wrong.
Right.
Like they're not 100%. So, do you want to try it and ask questions on the case?
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Do you want me to leave the map up?
Yeah,
you can't really
I think
see the
it'd
rods
be very
if you
helpful.
do that, but I might have to put us. I'm not going to be able to move the map around and hold the rods because once I let go of them, I have a hard time getting them back to where they need to go.
I'm sorry, I'm puffing my puff stick on.
Do you want? Let's do this. What are you gonna do? Can you pull up the map on your phone and ask me what you want to ask me after that? That way I'm not having to let go of them and move everything, and then we'll put it full. That way people can see the rods.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea.
We'll do it like that. And first I have to ask if I'm even allowed to do this tonight. Okay. Excuse me, I've got to move this down so that you guys can see. I don't want it too much down though. I want you to still be able to see. Okay, as you guys know, rods are not 100%. Can't promise any of this is right, but we're going to try it with Stephen asking. It gave us right answers with Bradley, so we're going to see. Can Stephen and I dowse for Sebastian today? Can we ask questions? Okay, so that's a yes. So whenever you're ready, just make sure you're specific with your questions.
I'm logging right into the map now so I can see everything. Sorry, give me 1 second. Ta-da, I'm in.
Well, by asking you are programming, then they're already programmed anyways. Because I use them so much. You program them by asking like questions like, am I a female? Watch it say no.
That would not be good. Is the psychic sleuth a female?
Yeah. Okay, remember they're going to cross for yes, and sometimes it may take a minute to get where they need to go. Okay.
I just realized your little mic's colorful. Okay, so...
Yeah, I can change the color on it. I change it to green right now, but I don't want to move.
All right, let me make sure. Do I ask you, do I say
specific.
rods?
Just ask a question specifically. Yes or no.
Okay.
It has to be yes or no.
Is Sebastian Rogers near Walton Ferry Arboretum in Hendersonville?
No.
Mm-mm. I don't think. Okay, I got one.
Straightforward.
Is Sebastian Rogers in the Lock 3 area of Hendersonville?
No.
No, watch this. Is Sebastian Rogers near Percy Priest? It's wanting to.
Yeah.
See, every time, man. It's every time.
Please.
No matter what we do.
Ask again and let's make sure.
Is Sebastian Rogers at Percy Priest? No, it's not being generally specific, but it's Percy Priest.
There you
so
go.
my thing is, all right, let's go look at your lines real quick.
Ask if he's in the water.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is work off the blue line in the area that you're looking at.
No, it said yes all the way. It crossed completely.
Is Sebastian Rogers in the Bryant Grove Recreation area of Percy Priest?
No.
Is Sebastian possibly... Oh, no, it's got to be yes or no. It can't be a possible, right? Or can it? All right, I got it. Is Sebastian Rogers at the Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural area? I messed that up. Oh, that's wicked.
That's giving me a yeah.
See, and that's what's weird, dude.
Ask that one again just to make sure. I always ask for the ones you're not supposed to, but I do.
Is Sebastian Rogers near Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural area? It really likes to swing on that, man. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying not to think one way or another, yo.
Okay.
And it's staying crossed. Straight forward, please. Thank you.
They're like, I don't know. I think I want to stay. No.
Yeah.
This is a question just to make sure the rods are good. Is Sebastian Rogers near the Four Corners RV Resort in Percy Priest?
It's neutral on that. Ask that again.
Is Sebastian Rogers near the Four Corners RV Resort?
No.
It's so weird how that one like.
Yeah, Waterfall.
Right.
That's what we said today. It's weird. That's that shooter's name, Couch. Weird timing. Kind of like Perry being eaten by a shark, and then Caleb found it. Perry.
I got this.
Or attacked by a shark.
Is Sebastian Rogers? Oh my gosh! Reset. What do you call that person that does something bad? What's he called? On the maps. Perpetrator. Is that what you call him?
Yeah.
Did Sebastian Rogers, perpetrator, access Couchville Lake trailhead?
I mean, that's kind of a yes. It's a small yes, but it's a yes.
It could be the way I asked it, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's yes. It's a yes. It's swinging. Sometimes you got to give them a minute to go. It's giving me a yeah. Hold on. I got to rest my hands. I hold these fuckers tight, man. I don't want to be swinging them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No,
you have to
for
hold
sure.
them a certain way or they don't work right. They're not accurate. And if I'm like putting them down and picking them up a lot, they don't work right. Do I have the rods held right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to know.
Ask about water. That way we know.
Okay. Is Sebastian Rogers in the water at Percy Priest?
It's a no.
Let's ask one more time. Is Sebastian Rogers in the water at Percy Priest?
No.
Okay. Is Sebastian Rogers very close to the water at Percy Priest?
Hold on. My hand is freaking. It just started going. Shaking.
See, my question is.
Do that. Okay.
I wonder if I should ask, is he near the
All right.
lake?
Sorry. Ask that again. My hand was started shaking on its own.
Okay. Is Sebastian Rogers near Lake Trailhead?
It's like neutral on that. It's.
And you know, I think you know why?
It's like a small yes.
Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area, right?
I mean,
they're right there at the same.
When you said that, it said yes. Ask if he's in the water in that area or if he's on.
Is Sebastian Rogers in the lake area of Percy Priest in Trailhead?
I mean, that's a yes, Steven.
See, this is what's going to be a real weird problem if that's the case, right? Because I can't get a fucking boat in there. It's separated.
About your drone.
I can get my drone over there. I don't think it's accessible by
Let's just
boat.
ask
But
if
here's
he's in the water. Let's ask if he's in the water, period, or if he's in marshy areas, or if he was in woods.
you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Is Sebastian Rogers in a marshy area?
Yeah.
Okay. That's so fucking weird just because of what I'm looking at.
Well, Marshy came in Elijah, so.
Yeah. Is
still
Sebastian Rogers in a dense set of woods? That's pretty clear, no.
Yeah, it's no. For the most part. It's not really even moving. Ask that again. My hand keeps shaking. It's driving me nuts.
Is Sebastian Rogers in the dense... I said that messed up. Reset. Is Sebastian Rogers in a dense set of woods? No.
No.
Has to be here. Has to be somewhere right in here.
This hand keeps shaking. It's driving me absolutely insane. I hope that's what it is, Clorinda, and it's not like cramping kind of feeling.
So here's what's crazy, right? So in this little general area, see all these little circles?
Ask if he's in the water.
Is Sebastian Rogers in the water?
Getting a strong yes on that, Steven. I mean, marshy is strong. There's marshy areas like near water and in water, so.
The only thing I think of is if it would be like he's in. So this is what I want to show you.
Yeah, I
Those
was
are
looking
little-
at that place earlier because the line went right through there. The little lake right there.
Yeah, there's little ponds. They're not lakes, but they would be like little marshes. That's exactly what it is. Little like giant sized puddles. Is that like where an asteroid hit or some shit? Like I'm so confused by this. Did Sebastian Rogers perpetrator?
Why the hell is my hand shaking, man?
Do you want to stop for a second?
Weird.
Reset.
I don't know why it's doing that. Every time you ask a question, it shakes like this. And I don't know if it's like me or if it's like the energy. You know what I mean? Like I can't. It's fucking weird. I've never done that before. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay, go ahead.
Did Sebastian Rogers perpetrator drive him there the morning of the 26th?
Yeah.
Who would it be? It's a 47-minute
Clorinda?
drive.
Oh, that's good to know. I keep thinking it's my hand cramping up.
So it's a 47-minute drive exactly from here to that exact location, like where the boat ramp is. So what I would want to say in the fire. Okay, I mean I'll ask it, but did Sebastian Rogers fall in the fire?
No.
Okay, no, Kathy just asked a good one. I feel like she did. Is Sebastian Rogers? I mean, I feel bad for. Please, I'm gonna preface this real quick. Please understand. I know people want to think that he's alive. This is in no means to be degrading. It's just simply just asking questions. Is Sebastian Rogers visibly in the open?
No.
Is Sebastian Rogers in a container? That could be any type of container, I'm assuming, but see, that's crazy to me. Then what is
No.
he in? I don't want to ask what I'm fixing to.
Well, it gave
is
me a strong yes
Sebastian?
for the water, so
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is Sebastian Rogers whole?
he said in a hole,
No. Whole.
like in one piece.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. They didn't do all
Okay.
that. Yeah.
It just went ahead and answered it anyway.
Yeah.
Is he in a mattress cover? Anything disrespectful either? I'm just trying to. Nah,
Ask
Kathy,
about
we know.
Ask
What?
about the Neptune line, or ask about different lines and see what it gives you. Because I
Okay.
want to see if you get the same answer I do.
Is Sebastian Rogers near the Neptune? Well, how did you ask it? You mind me asking that real quick? I'll just say, is Sebastian Roger closer to the Neptune line in astrology?
Fuck, my hand is fucking shaking. What the hell? Like, it's a yes, but this hand is like, that's not the one moving the rods, though. Let's ask that again. I don't know why my hand
Right.
is doing that. It's fucking weird.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Is Sebastian Rogers near the Neptune line in the astrology? Is it strong?
It's
Yeah.
giving me an yeah. A strong yeah, because it's stuck there.
Is Sebastian Roger? Oh, hey, can you reset there, Rods, please?
Yeah, can you reset, please? Thank you. I always say face forward.
Yeah. This is the military thing. Was it about face?
Is it the energy? Clarenda keeps saying it's the energy as to why my hand is shaking. It's one hand, though. It's not the other one. It's thank God it's not the one that's moving.
Yeah. Is Sebastian Rogers in a hole? Probably should say, I can't say man, in a ravine.
No.
Is Sebastian Rogers in a ravine? I don't think
No.
so, man. Where that area is.
Ask about like a bridge or something.
If I put a picture up, would it help? I don't know. I was asking.
Just ask about a bridge. Like ask each of the bridges.
Okay. Is Sebastian Rogers near or around the bridge in Trailhead at Percy?
No.
Wow. That's what's got me surprised. I gotta look at the road name real quick.
What was that, tiny bridge or something you were asking about?
Yeah, Tiny Bridge. That's exactly it.
Ask a different line and see what it says. Like Mars or something. Just see what it says.
Is Sebastian Rogers near the sun line in astrology?
No.
Is he near the Mars line?
No.
I can't find the name of the damn road. It's Harbor something, ain't it? Is Sebastian Rogers near the bridge at Stones River Hunter Education Center? Just realized what that was.
Say that louder because I couldn't really hear it.
Is Sebastian Rogers near the bridge at Stone River Hunter Education Center? I appreciate that.
Steven.
Huh?
So yes.
There would be no way. I hate to say that. Just because of the marsh area, it's 81 feet across that whole bridge.
Well, what better place to put him? I hate to say it.
Yeah, but that's not a marsh.
But you're asking if he's by it, right?
Buy it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could get that, but here's the problem. That is a major location. You see what I'm saying? And there's only like 3 of those around there, so it's probably answering it because it is a major location. Like he see that, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe should I find the road name exactly then or something? Like how do I fix that? Because that's where I don't want to ask it wrong. Like,
I don't know. Do you want to ask if he's in the water near that bridge? I mean,
I got it. Is Sebastian Rogers in the water near the main bridge of Percy Priest Lake? Just trying.
I mean, it's a yeah. It's a small yeah, but it's a yeah. There is no
Wow.
car. I don't know. Wrong case, Dr. Z.
Is Sebastian Rogers located near 2 or more power towers at Percy Priest?
No.
We're gonna have to figure out how to react.
Small no, though. It's like didn't open. It just like stopped.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to figure out. So there's 3 towers right beside that bridge. That's why I asked. They're big power towers.
Where do you guys remember where we were talking about when my that's okay, Dr. Z. Where my hand was shaking? Do we know where we were when I kept saying my hand was shaking? Because it's not doing it now.
I just got really fucking cold.
Because remember I kept saying my hand shaking. Everybody's telling me it's the energy in there. So now I'm wondering where we were talking about when my hand was shaking. Does anybody remember? No, this is about Sebastian Rogers. Do you remember? Anybody? No? Fuck. I might have to rewatch it back and we'll see.
I think freezing. Nowhere. Like I am fucking cold. Like I got little chicken bumps.
I put new batteries in the bear for you, so I've been waiting for it to go off.
I know, right?
Does anybody remember where it was shaking at?
Please make the bear go off. Damn.
So, I think it was by couch. No. Ask about couch again. I want to see if my hand shakes.
Okay. You talking about? Let me make sure I get the exact name right.
Near a marsh, Clarinda said.
Yeah, it was getting excited about the marsh and couch area in that trailhead park. Is Sebastian Rogers located in the Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area?
Oh my God, it's doing it again. My hand is shaking again. It's a yeah, but that's where my hand started shaking again. They didn't cross, but it's a yeah. Ask that one again. I want to see if my hand shakes. I'm all about the hand shaking because it stopped doing it and then it started doing it. You know, it started doing it, then it stopped doing it. So
Is Sebastian Rogers located in Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area?
It's giving me a yeah, man.
All right, let me do something real quick.
Is that when it shook, Waterfall? I'm pretty sure it did, man. Because you know what? It was doing that with Summer, and now I don't remember where it was that I was asking. Damn it. I need to pay attention to that. I thought it was my hand cramping for real. I really did.
Fall Creek
He's in
Recreation
the
Area.
water. Huh?
You know what I just came up on my fucking computer?
Fall?
Fall
Tell
Creek Recreation
Ask
Area.
about that because I had a dream about something with fall something. Is it anywhere near there?
That's what I'm looking at right now. So Lamar Hill access. Where am I? This is Percy Priest. Hold up. Let me make sure I'm looking at this right. Like, Rural Hill is right
Where are you
beside
at
it.
right now on the map? I just got a headache out of nowhere.
Rural Hill.
Yeah, fall something. I don't know, remember. Yeah, because I was talking about Roll Hill, but I just got my headache. I just got a headache, and I don't know.
So Rural Hill is right above Fall Creek Jones Mill Mountain Bike Trail.
Okay, ask about the Fall Creek, please.
It's Sebastian Rogers in Fall Creek Recreation Area.
Well, that is that next to Couch, whatever?
Yeah, they're all in that same area.
Because it's giving me a yes on that.
So let's do something real quick, okay? So the thing that's got me is your hand shaking.
Yeah, I know. I want to know where it's shaking at again. Like, I can't remember where we asked, but it's not doing it now. So it has to be energy. It can't be. I don't think it's like, cramped. I don't think it's a cramping thing.
Hey, are you ready?
In just a minute, yeah. Okay.
It's Sebastian Rogers in a marsh in Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area. That is a tongue twister.
No.
I am looking at Google Earth over at all
I can
this.
feel the energy, but it's weird because I feel it more on my left than but like right now it's shaking. But the rods aren't moving, but that's why I'm like, I can't tell. And it's the opposite one of the rod that's moving.
There's a fucking power tower right next to one of these marshes.
Steven said, she said, I went back to see. It's when Steven asked if he was underwater at Percy. So ask that again. Let's see.
Is Sebastian Rogers underwater at Percy Priest? I don't know if I need to ask it the same way.
I thought it gave me a no for that. My hand's shaking though. A little bit.
Is it? Maybe we ask, is he in the water? Is Sebastian Rogers in a deep reset? Is Sebastian Rogers in deep water? No. It's pretty solid no.
No.
Is Sebastian Rogers...
Okay. Ask that again.
Is Sebastian Rogers in 5 feet of water?
No.
Is Sebastian Rogers submerged in water?
You got a strong yes for that, Steven. Well,
So most likely
started
it could be
swinging strongly that way, but yeah, that's a yes.
it could maybe it's like you said, a marsh area. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just real wet ass area. And I mean, that could be. I'm looking at this map. I mean, I'm literally on Google Earth. In any area between Couchville, Cedar, going down to the Fall Creek Fall area.
Is Fall Creek with water? Is there water by Fall Creek?
Yeah. Yep.
Because Fall Creek is what I dreamed of.
Lamar
Like I
Access.
woke up with it. Or Fall something. I didn't know if it was Fall Brook, Fall Creek, Fall something. So ask about that area again. Huh?
Is Sebastian Rogers in the Fall Creek area? Make sure I said that.
How close is a Neptune line to that?
Probably within about 3 miles, 2 miles.
It's giving me a yeah for that.
Is Sebastian Rogers off of 840? Oh, I got to reset. I asked too quick. Sorry. Will you please
Where's
tell
that
me?
at? Because that's a yeah. It didn't even open for me. Is that a bridge over water? Huh.
Yeah,
Is that
right off.
is that close to Fall?
Yeah,
Fall
it's
Creek?
840.
I keep wanting to call it Fall Brook. No wonder I couldn't find it.
Yeah, 840 goes right over the water.
Ask that one again. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird, dude. There's a little path that cuts up underneath the bridge.
Yeah. Ask that one again.
Is Sebastian Rogers near 840?
I mean, yeah.
See, this is the weird part. We got to get specific because to
We
narrow
are.
it down.
I think we're being a specific. How can you be? How more specific can you be? Is in the water? That's pretty specific.
No, the water part I get, but the problem is like saying words like near because it's in that general area.
Yeah, but it still gives us an area.
True. There's a fucking rock quarry right here.
Which, yeah, it makes me wonder because of Elijah, like the interconnecting.
I'm very interested, though, to be honest with you, with Couchville.
Yeah, because it goes right through there.
It does. I mean, it's dead on. And here's what's weird. So let me go back up to Couchville.
And then we go back to that shooter. His name was Couch, and it's kind of almost like the Perry situation with Caleb, where it was like the guy's name was Perry, and then he was found at Perry Pump Station the next day. It's just weird.
I love Google Earth. How you can see the terrain.
Yeah, it still doesn't look like in person.
No, I don't.
Like we would not have been able to see all those damn rocks.
That's some funny shit.
So how close is the 840 to Fallbrook and Couch? Like, is it all in the same area?
Yeah. Yeah, it's within the same area.
Yes to all that. And I dreamed a dream about fall something. And I was shown like a map, and it was like they showed me this little area. And then I woke up with like, I thought it was Fallbrook, Fall Creek, Fallbrook, Fall something. What I woke up with. So I've been looking for it because I don't know where it fits. But I had finished looking on, I thought it might have been summer because I just finished looking on summers all night.
But I would like to see.
I can't breathe all of a sudden. Okay. Are we still asking?
Yeah, one more. I've got one more I would like to ask it because I'm just
Yeah,
I'm going by a road real quick.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember if it was. I couldn't remember because I was dreaming, Tracy. So I didn't know if it was Fallbrook, Fall Creek. It was just Fall something. That's all I could remember. Yeah, because I couldn't remember the whole name. Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm back over here again. Is Sebastian Rogers near South Mountain Juliet Road? And the reason why I ask that is because you have a prevalent, strong Mountain Juliet.
I'm pulled to that name, but I don't know why. I'm getting a no on that. They could have drove that way though.
Because that road is right there, what leads right behind that lake.
Yeah.
That
is the road I keep going back to, like the Mountain Juliet, just that specific name.
Oh, wait. Is Sebastian Rogers in Couchville, Cedar Glade State Natural Area? How many fucking natural areas does this place have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not done yet. It's doing its thinking.
Oh.
Sometimes it takes longer than others. But I mean, it's a small, yeah. It's not opening. It's closing. So small, yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna ask this.
I get a lot of energy from these things, I think, sometimes.
Is Sebastian Rogers in between Joan Mills Mountain Bike Trail and Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area?
I mean, they just stopped. I don't know what that's considered.
All right. You got enough for one more, bud?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just don't know why they just stopped. Kind of weird.
Is Sebastian Rogers within a 10-mile radius of Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area? Mm-mm.
I mean, it's yeah.
Is Sebastian Rogers within a 5-mile radius of Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area?
That one's stronger.
So that narrows it down then. So that would literally
If this is correct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to know where my hand was shaking at. I don't remember now.
All right, let's try one last one. Is Sebastian Rogers within 2 miles of Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area?
Yeah.
Small, yeah. Well, this. So you know what's crazy is that would encompass the bridge, the little bridge, and damn.
She said it definitely shook when you asked in water. So can we ask that? I want to ask that question again. I want to see if it does it again. Because I've been questioning that.
Sebastian Rogers in the water.
I mean, that's a strong yeah, but it's not. My hand isn't shaking this time. I just feel like the vibration. She said, and in a trail area too, is when it went off.
Is Sebastian Rogers in the water at Bryant Grove Trailhead?
I guess I should have reset them first, huh? Because it's just staying on yes.
My bad.
Can you face forward, please? Thank you. I mean, it stayed on yes. Ask that again.
Okay. Is Sebastian Rogers in the water at Bryant Grove Trailhead? Mm-mm. My leg's itching. I got a bug bite right under my stupid knee, and it sucks.
I mean, it's a yeah, but it's like a small yeah.
See,
Maylin said my hands started shaking. We asked if he was near the water in Percy Lake.
Is Sebastian Rogers near the water at Percy Priest Lake?
She went back and watched. I mean, yeah, it's a yeah. My hand's not doing that anymore. It had to be something.
What?
We're gonna have to see because
I feel like it's probably energy, and we're probably.
It's got to be because it's not doing it anymore. If it was cramping, I'd still be cramping. You know what I mean?
That's
it had to be energy. So I'm curious. We're gonna have to go back and see every time that I said my hand shook.
Yeah.
I think we need to mark that as something specific because
Absolutely.
when I say I couldn't control it, I couldn't control it. I was just like, and I was like, oh my gosh, is it gonna make it? Somebody's asking about that Bell Road again.
Ida, absolutely. Well, guys, I'm fixing to have to go to bed. You said ask about what road?
Bell Road.
Okay. With the crossroad or just Bell?
It said that's what she's saying, Bell. I don't know.
Okay.
The next question was Lake next to Percy, where they are next to each other. That was the next question. Did my hand shake there, Maylin?
She's got a cool name, Maylin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see where my hand was shaking because I think it's prevalent. Because I know that when you keep asking the same question, they say don't do that. Like you're supposed to trust it the first time. So
yeah,
I think but I like to do it to like double check because I want to see if my hand shakes or if I get anything
if it's a pulse, like maybe something happens.
Yeah, because it's only this hand. It's not this one. And it's like, I thought it was cramping, but it was like, I had no control over my hand. It's the weirdest fucking shit. I felt like I had Parkinson's or something. It's weird.
He said Parkinson's.
That's what I felt like, man. For real.
Is Sebastian Rogers
each other.
Is Sebastian Rogers located around Bell Road?
No.
Is Sebastian Rogers west of Couchville?
Say that louder.
Is Sebastian Rogers west of Couchville?
No.
Is Sebastian Rogers south of Couchville?
That's a yeah. It's a small yeah, though. Is there like southeast or?
Yeah. Is Sebastian Rogers east of Couchville, Cedar Glade Natural State Area? That's such a long word, man.
I mean, that's more of a yes. So maybe southeast, huh?
Is reset?
Reset, please. Thank you.
Please. Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Is Sebastian Rogers southeast of Couchville, Cedar Glade State Natural Area?
Okay, so my hand just started shaking, like majorly before I even asked the question. Yeah.
It's Sebastian Rogers, located near Jones Mill Mountain Bike Trail.
It's like a half yes. It's not crossing, but it's in the direction of.
Is Sebastian Rogers? Is it reset itself?
Hand, yeah, it's reset. My hand's shaking again.
Really? Is Sebastian Rogers between Couchville Cedar Glade State Natural Area and Royal Hill Farm?
No.
Okay. Is Sebastian Rogers near Weekly Lane near Percy Priest?
It's more of a yeah.
So I'm working southeast. What's fucking hilarious is this is going exactly.
Is it doing the same thing it did in Bradley, where it was like giving us directions in a way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going southeast to Fall Creek.
Which is the fall. I had a dream about that fucking fall word, and I was like, Fall Brook, Fall Creek. What is it? Fall something?
If you look at on the map, if you look at Couchville Cedar, so it's like this, and Fall Creek is literally like southeast. Boom, sitting like this.
And you know, when you were asking those questions, my hand started shaking again.
It likes the southeast.
Like before you even asked it.
Well, I think it's because it's not one. It's like you said. It's not being. We're not. However you say, disrespecting it, not on purpose, but we're not asking over and over the same questions. So when we said southeast, we started asking directional questions. It got excited because it's like, yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Because it's like, hey, okay, now we're moving.
Yeah, because my hand started shaking again. She said, where did your map just show up on your screen before, Steven? That's also when Rachelle's hands shook.
Fall Creek.
Fall Creek.
What's funny is Nashville Speedway is right there. Whoa, that fucking area we're seeing on 840 that where the water is a major pull off for people to fish. And that's why that pass there, because I'm like, I just did the speedway with the cows setting up cell phone tower stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember going over there in that way. And I have an aerial drone flight from the monopole that's right there. So I see all this.
Yeah.
I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Well, for some reason, I'm having a hard time breathing. But I know that my hand started shaking before you ever asked that question about Southeast. Like like they knew you were going to ask. You know what I mean? Weird. I'm waiting for the bear to go off because it always does with you. I'm sitting here like, why are you not going? You have new batteries. Why are you not working?
I wish it would, man, because I always hear it. Like, and I know, and then you'll text me.
It went off today when we were talking about Bradley. Like, I could hear it all the way in my room. And then when we were doing that, we were on the map talking. I wish I could remember where it went off. Remember, I'm like, hey, the ball's going off.
What do you say? When you talk about, do you say like if Sebastian's in the room, if Sebastian's energy is in the room with you, you'll make the bear go off?
Yeah, look. Oh. Sometimes you don't even have to touch it and it'll go off. So they can just go like this. And it'll go off.
The shit out of me.
It does when you're not expecting it. It did it the other night. I was on the phone with my mom and it went off randomly. So I keep new batteries in it because when it gets to a certain point, it won't go off as much.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were over there. We were talking about Bradley's case and that damn ball went off. And I just bought those balls. And then last night, before I did this medium reading, they started going off crazy on TikTok. I need to go and cut that because they just kept going off and kept going off. There was mad energy last night. Yeah. And now I'm wondering because I was sitting here doing summers myself with rods, and my hand started shaking, but I have absolutely no idea when it started shaking. I think I was recording it though, because sometimes I record it in case I get anything or in case that goes off. Because
didn't you get fall something with summer too? Where it's crossing?
No, I woke up. That was after working her map. I woke up with that.
That's wild, man.
Well, guys, I didn't know if it was Fall Brook, Fall Creek, Fall something. I could just remember the fall part because it was just before I woke up. But they were showing me on a map like green, and then it was like they triangulated like this spot, and then it was like fall. And so I'm wondering. I haven't even looked to see what does it kind of look like I don't know, like a shape of some sort on the map. Yeah. That fall thing, because that's what they showed me, like a shape of some sort, and then they said fall. And we can ask. I mean, I hate to ask like if he's alive or deceased, but for your own, do you want to ask that?
Me? I know.
Do you want to ask about involvement, allegedly involvement?
Nah, okay. I'm gonna stay away from all that.
Okay. I mean, I allegedly. It's honestly say allegedly.
Yeah. No, right. No, I gotta get to bed. I gotta be up at 6.
Clarinda, I have asked them to show me northeast, southwest, but the problem is like with summer, they kept telling me south, southeast, right? That area makes absolutely no sense, and it's not an area I'm drawn to. I keep being drawn to Laurel, so I'm pulled, but I'd rather follow my pools than the rods. Because when I asked myself too for summer, or not for summer for Bradley, it sent me west.
It didn't it? It did.
It did, but when I asked with you, it was right. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with you asking it and not me.
Well, that could be true because maybe your energy affects it, and you have to be just in tune with it. Like, right, you've got to be locked in.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to focus your mind to talk, and I think it would probably be. It would be better for you to have somebody direct questions for you, like especially like if you had a direction you wanted to go. And you knew the questions, and like and you handed them to me, and I can just go down through there. It probably work really good. So, but thank you so much for letting me hang out. I've got to go to bed.
I'm glad that we turned you from skeptic to non-skeptic.
No, I appreciate it. It's pretty. It's awesome, man. It's hard to wrap my head around, to be honest, but I've seen the proof of it. I don't have to worry about it. Like the thing that gets me is. If it could happen in every case, like there's still people that haven't been found. It takes me down a rabbit hole.
It's hard because every case is different. I feel like Bradley was a little bit easier because he was kind of close to where he was last seen missing at. So it wasn't like, a full wide area to go searching at. So that's why he was a little bit easier, just kind of like.
Sorry, my ass is numb, guys.
I know. I need a better chair.
Dude, it's like sitting on a board. I'm screwed in that department. It's like solid wall. So, well, thank y'all so much, and good night, peeps.
See ya.
Thank you for. No, seriously, thank you for being patient with me, though. It means a lot. So.
Oh, I wanted to strangle you a few times, but
There's no need.
When I see you on lives, and you're just like. This doesn't make sense to me. This area doesn't make sense to me. I mean, she swears it's there, but I just can't. I don't know. Like it makes me go like, "Come on, Steven."
Yeah, but I hope, like, I truly mean this though, and I'm saying this on here, and I'll say it 100 times. It's never in an I don't know and questioning your ability. I could put that on everything I love. It's me being a skeptic and me having a hard time realizing that there is a very okay.
He smelled gas at my mom's again. He really does need to be a sniffer dog. This isn't justice, but
so what they didn't fix it?
They thought it was, but he started acting that way again, and I told him come turn off the gas. My dog's acting weird again, and he did, and he acted fine after that. So he lets us know. He starts whining and kind of being anxious.
That's sad.
when he wouldn't go in the kitchen and like to the pad like he always does, and he just peed, I was like, yep, there's something that he won't go in there. So he smelled out the gas again, and fucking Justice did nothing. He just slept. I'm like, so this one, he's a little sensitive to the natural gas for sure.
Tracy said, I'm static brain. Too true. It's like, it sucks. ADHD is the worst thing ever, man. It makes it hard. It makes it difficult for, not even if I'm working a map, just in everyday life, because I'll be thinking about this stuff while trying to work, and then going back and forth in my head. Then also, it's just not. I refuse to be on a medication.
No, but I watched you on the live, and I was like, dude, I have to leave, because it was a live you had on YouTube. Like, I think the last one you did where you were going out searching at Percy, and you were questioning everything. And that's why I messaged you, like, why are you questioning me?
You gotta stop doing that, though.
Well, because it was like you want to follow, but your mind takes you somewhere else, or your feelings take you somewhere else. And I understand the area does not make sense. I understand it does not make sense to any of us. Like, I get that. It doesn't make sense to me either, but I just don't know why I keep going back there. Like, same thing with Bradley, I kept going back. Same thing with Elijah, I kept going back. Dylan, all of them. I always go back to that area.
The problem, though, is, again, I have to go back every time. Like, even with them, like with you watching, when you was watching it live, I don't detour. I stay doing what I'm doing. Like, because at the end of the day, I've got to prove to myself too. And that's why this Bradley thing was big for me, because it was like, no.
Oh, it's big for me too, because I'm sitting there like telling Tracy and Lizzie, like, he doesn't believe me. I'm like, he's not going to listen. And I was kind of excited to go to Arizona and see if we could, find him and prove something.
I think that we would have found him?
I think we would have. Between what we knew and the astrology lines and how it would have felt, I have no doubt we probably would have.
That's the only thing that's crazy is the location. Like, seeing that for the first time. That's the first time I've seen the video. And it just, I mean, like,
I kept telling you rocks, dude, like rocks. And that's why I didn't understand when the detective was like, what rocks? And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, all your guys' mountains, there's rocks out there.
Was he behind the rocks, that big pile, or was he in front of it?
It looks like he was on them.
So he was just
But
sitting
see,
there.
not a lot of people go out there because it's been hot. So nobody's going really hiking in Phoenix at 115. So, I'm guessing, I bet you that a hiker or somebody found him, because that's a hiking area.
I want to know if he took his own life.
That was our first thought.
That's why would you
I kept pulling those cards, and then I kept questioning it, because I think I pulled the suicide card like 3 times, but I questioned it because of what the detective showed you.
Yeah. Well, here's the weird part, though.
But I think that there's drugs involved, because I pulled those cards multiple times.
Oh, well, that's very open there. So.
And then, so if you pull, like, I also pulled the murder card, so he could have OD'd in a way.
Yeah. See, well, that's the thing too. Is like, what if he did get a hold of something bad, and maybe he was tripping or something, or we seen it with Robin Williams and Chester Bennington, people you would have never thought would take their life. Maybe because if you read what people said about him, that he was a good kid.
I mean, we just went there with Ariel. I mean, she apparently jumped off the bridge allegedly, and I questioned that entire thing, and it took me a while to get it out because I kept questioning it because it did not make sense to me. Like, why would she just run and jump off a bridge?
Well, the video is what's wild. She just vanishes.
I know.
It's like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't make sense to me, so it threw me. Like, but I did find out that her boyfriend did break up with her, and that came in the reading. So that, I think that was a catalyst to it. Depending on how that.
What's sad is that I bet she's in the afterlife. And it was that makes me sad for her. It was a reaction. It was
an impulsive reaction. Yeah. Because she kept showing me like her running and crying. And then it was like, she didn't show me actually jumping. I got stuck on the bridge. I didn't know where the bridge was, but I got stuck on the bridge. Like, I was seeing her running, but I got stuck on the
You know
bridge.
what's funny? I remember you telling me all this before she was found.
Yeah.
I do remember this conversation.
It was weird. And then so I questioned everything. Like I spent 4 hours on that case when I didn't need to because of my mind, like you. My mind will question everything. So I'm sitting here looking at the astrology and I'm like waiting for Carly to get up. I'm like, what does the sun mean? Isn't the sun a father figure? I know that's her vitality, but why would it be the 7th house? And I was like, but I bet you she's in the water, and because she had her ascendant was like her Saturn was in her ascendant in Pisces or something like that. So that's like or Pisces was ascendant, so that's like yourself, like your body, yourself, literally in water.
Have you ever thought about trying to help them over, like if they're stuck?
If they are, but I've only ran in. Sebastian he was shocked. I had to help him over, and he's not very strong still, so that's why I always question, kind of. But then I go back to Christie's astrology, and it matches everything. So. But there was someone last night that was like in the gray area that I had to help cross, and he wasn't a good guy. And it was very emotional for all of us, but I've never had him in like a gray area. I think it was like between lower and, heaven, the other side.
He was.
So yeah, we helped him do that.
Sure about going through.
Well, he was a bad guy, like bad guy. And I think he, like, how people are fear judgment they think they're going to be judged when they go into the light. And so I think he thought he was going to be judged for what he had done to them when he was, when they were younger. And so I think that was a big thing. And then I think he needed her forgiveness to go. So he needed this reading with her and her forgiveness, or to talk to her before he felt okay to go. And that's exactly what happened. We opened up the light and he went to the other side.
That's a powerful thing, man.
But it was powerful. But what was crazy too is that she had me do. I had 2 experiences I never had before last night. She also had a baby that she lost about 20 years ago, and I kept getting the name Charlie in number 4. I was like, "What the heck? Why am I getting?" I finally said it because it was repeating. She's like, "Well, my daughter has a grandson that's 4 months old, or my daughter has a son that's 4 months old. That's name is Charlie." And then I didn't see the baby on the other side anymore. And they're showing me the future. So basically, the baby that she lost 20 years ago came back to her daughter as her grandson and named Charlie.
That is the wildest shit.
The name threw me because I'm always like nervous to say names. But when it hit that, a new baby, 4 months old, Charlie specifically.
Somebody asked, is it a video? Do you got it saved?
No, it's a private reading. It was a private reading that we did.
I wish those could be showed.
I know. Well, I do have some up from that I do on here. They do have there is mediumship on here. If you go to like, I think it's like
or something.
It's on my if you go to like all my playlists, there's readings there that people have done with me that they've allowed me to put public. There's a couple on my TikTok too.
Rachelle, is that on your wall right there? There is a damn. Is that a sticker?
What?
Your Facebook stuff? Is that a sticker?
Behind us?
Yeah.
Or at the top?
No, on the wall behind you.
On the wall behind me? This?
Yeah, is that a sticker?
No, it's a hanging thing. What are they called? I want one like my background with the rainbow and stuff. This is my old one.
That'd be cool as shit. I didn't know.
It's my old one we put up for background. This didn't used to be here and you could see it all, but I have nowhere else to put that, so that's why it's
All right, I gotta go to bed, man. Y'all have a good night.
That's fine. All right, have a good night.
See, I gotta figure out.
I'll stay here for a minute, guys.
I
kicked them off. I really need to come on here and do readings, and it's 11 o'clock. I'm tired. But I think I can do it tomorrow. if I can't get it done tonight. I gotta. What? So all the information points to boys boarding school. No, it doesn't. It points to the water. Hey, Veronica. Laura, he's married. I know, and I gotta make money for my weekly stuff. I went to the store today to get like dog food to like last me a couple days because I have hay for like one more day. So I'm gonna have to go Saturday. And so now I need to come up with it all again. Oh, and I had to buy Ginger's medicine. She has meloxicam, that's $30. So he was sleep standing. It's like 2 hours. It's like 1 o'clock there, I think. Hey. Fall Creek, I guess it is. I don't know. You know what? They always at me, Clarenda. I was tired last night too because everybody wanted free questions. I get on TikTok because no one was wanting readings, but they've never. My hands only shook like that one other time. Yeah, she's 18 and a half, so she's on it for lifelong. It just helps her with everything. So I had to pay like $30 for that. So yeah. Everything kind of sucks right now. What do you mean? Who's this allegedly? I don't know what you mean. Oh, my cousin broke his ankle too, or his femur. I don't know if his ankle or femur. I'm confused because they keep changing it on me. Stop, Kai. That's gross. When do you mean he stated that? Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot. I'm gonna take a picture of this and send it to Yeah. I don't know, he like fell off his step. When did he say that? Where did he say that at, Michelle? When did he say they would never find him? I mean, it gave me a strong yes for water. I know, but when did he say that? Yeah, it just helps her like with her stomach and her hips and everything. So that was but she's been out for a few days, and the lady that works there, since they're closed today and I couldn't make it, she's gonna drop it off for me, and I just paid over the phone. Yeah, he left. I don't. Yeah, I mean, you can comment on his. You can make a comment on this video, and I'm sure he'll see it, or I can screenshot it and tell him. He told Dog that today. Why would he say something like that? Like Dog, like where? Like on an interview or was it like privately, or how do you know this? I haven't heard anything about this. I just know that he said that, like, I've heard that concrete takes a really long time to set. I mean, I got really strong. I mean, we can ask the rods more questions if you guys want to, but like I said, keep in mind, they're not, Like, they're not fact. Like, they can be wrong. So, and the thing is with me asking, and it seems like I get different answers than when Steven asks. I think I need a plan just to come on early tomorrow and do what I need to do. Is tomorrow Friday or? Yeah. Yeah, the Neptune one. Proudfoot's filed C&D. What's a C&D on Nike the Hat? So Nike went to Bob's Live and said that to make. Yeah, my hand was shaking though, so I know that the energy was going with it. Oh, a cease and desist. I'm an idiot. Sorry, cease and desist. Why are they sending a cease and desist to him? They can, anything can pick up your, it's an extension of you. They can always pick up your mind. So that's why I try not to think anything. But when my hand shakes, I thought my hand was cramping, but no, because it stopped. It was only during certain times. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. It happened on summer too, but I don't remember what I was asking. So that just confirms to me. Like, I'm not tripping. He wasn't kidnapped. You know what I mean? But I can't believe he would say that. Yeah. I'm going to have to see where that was shaking at. And then, I got a headache now. Fuck. I needed to do more tonight, but it's 11 o'clock. I'm tired. I don't know. I feel like I just got up. Lilac. I don't know why that came to me. Lily, Smokey. I don't know. Lilac was the first thing I thought of. It's kind of weird. I know, but I start getting stressed because I have to get dog food and hay, so I have to come up with a bunch of money for that. I have to do this weekly, so things have been I'm really behind on everything. No, he wasn't taken to a boarding school and he wasn't kidnapped. I stress out, yeah, everything, because last month sucks. So I'm like so far behind, and so every week I try to make it up. It's because I'm not doing a lot of private readings right now. So, and then Neptune needs his beak done. They're gonna probably charge me the whole amount instead of the $200 to redo it because it's back where it was again. But I'm having a hard time. Like, I'd rather do YouTube stuff and just not worry about anything. But I still have weekly stuff, so it's. He wasn't sent to a boarding school. He's not alive. Let's see. Do I still have that picture of that chart? I mean, if you go to Christie's, you can see hers matches ours, her astrology. People won't do that much for questions with rods, though. Unfortunately. I tried to do questions last night for 20 and then 5 for cards, and I got 2 of them done, and one ended up being a mediumship. But people don't like to pay for rods. They want, because I can't promise that's the answer. So they want, you know what I mean? They want me to do it for free, unfortunately, on TikTok. I didn't do free questions. I did free rods. Everybody does free rods on TikTok. No, Waterfall, don't even stress it. I'm just saying, like, I was supposed to do a live tonight on here to do readings, and I might end up doing it tomorrow. I mean, I'm still doing the... There's no reason to hide that, though. There's no reason to act like he's missing and send him to a behavioral therapy school. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I know. But, I mean, it's just rods. It's not like... You know, I tell people, like, they're not fact. They're, you know, hit and miss sometimes. They ask the stupidest questions over there. I had 80 people in there at 3 o'clock in the morning, though, but they all wanted rods. So if I go get the link, can you get it in the chat? I don't know what you mean. Like, if you put the link here, no, just email it to me. And then somebody's like, plug in your phone. I was like, watch, it's going to kick me off, and I'm not going to be able to come back on, and that's exactly what happened. I plugged my phone in. It always does this freezing thing, and it kicked me out and wouldn't let me back on. And I was like, maybe it's for the best. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. There's 80 people there, but still, like, nobody wanted to do the readings, you know. So, and then I was exhausted. And you know what's crazy, Tracy, is the person that said they wanted to pay with like gifts, and I was like, okay, like last week and this week, I never got them. I mean, they obviously did it, but I didn't get it from TikTok. You would in the description box below, there's a booking link. So that's how you do the reading. There's a booking. I'm only doing them Wednesdays right now because I'm trying to focus on my YouTube so that I don't have to worry about private readings and lives and stuff. You know what I mean? Get them to a point where I don't have to worry about that for a little bit. That was the plan anyways. It's not working out very well. But yeah, Linktree, or not Linktree. It's in my Linktree too, but the scheduling is in the description box. Scheduling is always in the description box. It was like, are me and such gonna get intimate? Are me and my ex gonna get back together? And it's just like, oh, good Lord, please don't go backwards, go forwards. Well, I have to edit it, Veronica, because I kind of went off on just about Stephen. Yeah. Yeah, so I gotta edit that video and then I'll repost it. Yeah, well, I mean, like, the reason why I go on TikTok is because no one's on YouTube that late. So, and I didn't get on late because I had 2 readings. I had an hour reading and a 20-minute reading, and like both of them went over. So I needed a break. So needless to say, I didn't get on there till 10, 11 o'clock. And but there was a lot of people that came in around 3, 4 o'clock. But they all just want rods, you know. We didn't ask about the concrete. I mean, I can ask it, but because I'm asking, I don't know if it's accurate now. Like, I get different answers with Steven and me. Like, I can ask him that if you guys want. But I do get tired from using the rod, so you are using energy while you're doing it, for sure. Because I just feel exhausted. But Steven kind of changed his whole thoughts about listening to me now. Yeah. But I was glad he was able to see it happen for himself. So that was a really good experience. I'm so glad he's been found, but it would have been nice to go in the area and see how, you know what I mean? I already did cards. I just did a new reading on him. Maybe. I just noticed that I tend to get, I don't know. It's hard when you're asking your own question not to put your mind into it, I guess. But I connect more to rods than I do pendulums. But like, for instance, with like Chastity, like the rods were putting us in one spot, which she could have been there, but I was doing it a different way. I was like pointing them at the map. So I don't know, like I'm trying different things, but I was drawn to actually where he was at. So, oh, thank you. That means a lot. Everybody tells me that. I don't know. Oh, you didn't have to do that, Carolyn. I'm just bitching. Don't like nobody feel they have to do anything, but I appreciate it. Yeah, for your ex-husband. Like, I was drawn to that sandy area and I didn't. Yeah, I think it works good with like him asking. And it's hard for me to like put him down, look at the map, then ask. Put him down, look at the map, then ask. You know what I mean? But thank you very much, sweetheart. I appreciate that. But I was just saying like that. I was supposed to do a live tonight with readings, and now I can't. Like, it's too late. I'm too tired. Because he contacted me today, and I was like, we need to go live about this because we were both really excited. And I've learned a lot now from Elijah, in this case, like the feelings of how it feels. So I'm starting to understand that feel of being pulled back and forth, because we were going back and forth between pyramid and here, pyramid and here. So well, I mean, like I was saying, you can come on live and talk about that if you wanted to or whatever. I don't know. I just have a hard time with, for some reason, I just don't connect to the pendulum very much. And I've tried the way that they tell you, like, do like a, a paper with a yes and no. And then what you do is you take a ruler and you don't even look at the map and you see where it swings yes at for the, you go with the ruler and then you see where it swings yes. And so I've tried to do it that way. And then you mark it and then you come down and you do the same thing. And it just doesn't seem like it's been accurate for me. So, yeah, I know. I'm just getting back to like things being normal. Last month sucked, like really bad. I don't know if it was just the heat and the astrology, whatever. It was a lot. Yeah. I mean, I could go and like write all the areas down, because sometimes I was asking like miles and directions, and I don't know how accurate that is, because in summer it took me a completely different way to where I feel and where all the lines go. There's lines that go that way, but I don't know. What, baby? Come here. Come here, baby boys. The babies. Oh, baby boys. Hey, Justice, you can't get it. You both can't fit up here. You both can't fit. No, get out of stuff. You both can't fit up here. Did you see that? I picked up Kai because he wanted up, and Justice was like, pick me up too. Pick me up too. No, you can't have you both up here. You don't fit up here. Hey, get out of stuff. Your brother's into stuff. What are we going to do with him? Yeah. I mean, I got, I don't think the police ignored us so much with Bradley, though, because I guess he was very, like, he talked a lot with Steven, and Steven was like, you know, Rocky Mountainous area, you know, and he was thinking of mine, and I'm like, no, like, Rocky Mountain area, like, all the mountains out there are rocky, like, you saw where he was found on. Every time I tapped into him, every time I tapped into Bradley, that's what I kept seeing was rocks. Those color rocks, too, not like light rocks, but like the dark colored rocks. And then they kept sending me that one case, and then when I pulled it up, like, there was that big rock right there. Well, there's a smaller version of it next to him, so I'm wondering if that's what that was about. Yeah, we just haven't, our times have been off. He's usually not up this late. Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I tried the miles and the area, the direction, and it's just, you know what? Get down. Get down. Now, Justice is climbing on that crate. Get down, buddy. Get down. Oh my gosh. I said get down, not fall down. Okay, is that the chart? Did they unplug that? I need to make sure that that collar is plugged in, because I think it got unplugged. Sorry. Oh. Boys. Collar for Casper was unplugged. I've been putting it on my other dog at night. Oh, they now climb. I had, that crate I made that I finally put together. It wasn't even hard. It's like a tabletop, so they keep climbing up on the table of the crate. Well, these two are like, one gets into something and then the other one does. Like, they're like trouble together. TROUBLE together. I got a heater for this tank, and I don't even know if it works. It sure does seem green a lot. I don't think it's no 78. I cleaned it, and I was worried I messed up the water, and he's scaring me a little bit. This morning he wouldn't eat. What's a spring? Well, yeah, just don't get them wet, because then they will turn into gremlins. I've been go this week, man. I'm tired. The rods make me tired too. Anything I do. It's like I told him, I keep being pulled up that way. I just don't know if, like, I'm like him. Like, I'm questioning it. Like, it doesn't make sense. The area doesn't make sense to me. Like him. But that's the only place I get pulled to over and over and over again. And where our astrology hits there. Like, I always get pulled up the map. I go to Mount Juliet and I go down and I get stuck there. And at first I thought, well, there's a lot of death at that place. Maybe that's why. But with the astrology line, it would only be his astrology line. So there's got to be more to it, I guess. I just don't want to lead anybody in wild goose chase. You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest thing. It's Neo. I thought the dog was jumping up here. They're the same color. Neo, what do you want, baby? So, I don't know, man. For what? No one wants to see your booty. Great. Now they're running up and down the hallway. Kai is chasing. Poppy, don't. All he did was jump in that area. You don't have to be a chihuahua and chase him off. You know. Neo, no one wants to see your booty. No one wants to see your booty. Hey, Justice? Hey, nobody wants to play with you. Quit barking at everybody, dude. He wants to play and they won't play with him. So, ooh, she's going to get you. Scared the crap out of me. She's going to get you. She told you no. Nate. Justice, stop. God, he's annoying with his barking, dude. It's butts up. I think the bark set off the ball, so. Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to lead people in the wrong direction. But at the same time, like I said, from learning from this, like, stop. Like, I totally second guessed Elijah because of that. And because they said it was searched, and because I didn't think she'd be that stupid. So, but yet the pool was there, the directions were there, everything was there, the astrology was there. You know what I mean? Same thing with Bradley. Like, I didn't want to leave that area once I got on the map. So, yeah, he's rubbing on everything. That's what he does. Dude, you're going to kick us off here. Be careful. Yeah, he's the little lover. Like, he was doing this last night when I was doing my reading, and I just don't think he liked the energy because he came around and started getting really weird. See, these are for my stupid aquarium or my stupid heaters that don't work. 2 of them. They don't seem to work right. That one I got at PetSmart, I think I have to take back. It doesn't even get hot anymore. I think it maybe broke. Oh. Neo. Neo. Yeah, he is. I mean, he is black. I don't think they'll move him if he's in water. If he's in water, they can't move him. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. It's really hard to move people in water. I just think they think no one's going to find him. And maybe not. I don't know. Neo. Neo. Are you a witch's cat, Neo? You're black. You're black. Are you witches? Why are you over here rubbing on everything? You're putting your scent on everything like this is yours. This is my stuff. This is my stuff. This is not your stuff. Quit rubbing on everything, dude. Did you guys see my new shirts? Yeah, and that's what the astrology says too. Like, if you go to Christy McIntosh's channel, like, she did her astrology says the same thing on him, and our astrology does too, and so does my reading. So it's like, well, I can't let that go. Editing takes so long, girl. Good night. It does. I used to get stuck editing, even though I don't do that much for a few hours, especially when you're making clips. Man, I've been doing them on my phone because it's faster, but then I run out of room on my phone. Yeah, you missed it. Well, I got a strong yes for 840. It sucks, dude. Hey. But I want to know exactly where he's looking at. Yeah, it's a road that goes over water. It's still a bridge. That's what he does. He can't. He's in the way. He's coming over here to rub on everything, man. Hey, stop it. He did that by knocking that off. See how sensitive they are? Since he's the one we need to, well, him and Summer are the ones I'm kind of working on now. But I don't know. I went back. I saw an old post on my Facebook, and it was an area I was looking at for Summer Wells, which is that bay preserve right there. And I mean, I was going the same direction now, even though my rods were taking me another way. Like, I don't know. Maybe if someone else asked the question, we would know better. This is taking me like 30 miles away, which when I went back to the reading, that was right, but just wrong direction, unless I don't know my northeast, southwest on a map, because I really don't, honestly. I think she was too. That's kind of how it came in the reading, was that she was put like by the property, and that's maybe why I felt the property, but then moved, because when I went back to my readings, my very first reading made her like far, but those readings are all messed up because I think I was listening to too much. But I do think something happened at the lake where she almost drowned or something, but that's not what happened. That was almost like an exit point missed. Because I remember, because I rewatched it and I remember feeling my foot slip on a rock and go under. Like, I remember feeling that very strongly. But I think I was just picking up events of the day. And, then back then it's like you let people take you wrong directions. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how it came in the other night, huh? But I kept getting the train tracks. So there's no real train tracks over there. All the train tracks are over by Laurel Run. So, and that is a place I keep getting pulled at, even from the beginning. So, I don't know at this point, man. I don't know. Location's hard. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard to understand, like, the pools and why you're pooled there. Like when they're close, like Bradley was, it's a little bit easier because you don't want to leave a specific area. Like, you can feel the energy in that area. But when they start getting further away, it's harder. And that's why I want to learn the mapping so that it can be like a second, like, okay, I'm pulled here. All right, interesting. There's astrology there, or, there's astrology there. Hey, Kai, get out of there. For goodness sakes, dude. No, I don't think she dry drowned. I don't think it was that. I just think that she almost drowned. But I saw there's something very, according to her astrology chart and according to my readings, something very brutal that happened outside the house. So I don't know if her mom lost it. That's what I always kind of see, allegedly. But her astrology charts also, there's a lot of things to indicate like a lot of head trauma and stuff. So I don't know. Would you stop? You can't go back there. You can't fit. Stop it. You're going to knock it over. Hold on. I got to see what these dogs are into because they're going behind the cat tree and I don't understand what their problem is. What are you doing? Oh, that's what's next. You guys want some? Yeah. Hi-ho. Hi-ho. Yeah, no, I know, but I don't think that's what caused her to pass. Because like I said, something very brutal happened outside the house, according to her astrology. If we're understanding it right. According to what my readings said, what I always see, the same thing. You know, I'm just saying I think that it had something to do with someone losing their temper, you know. My mom tried to call when we were on the well, I kept getting those 3. Why is that not charging in? Like those 3 windmills or those 3 turbines, but I can't see those on there. The way that thing charges, it keeps coming apart, like getting off of the charger. And that's what I kept seeing the other night, but I'm pretty sure it's for summer because I was pretty deep in that case when I worked it for like 5 hours, and I kept seeing like turbines. Quick, don't put your butt. No one wants to see your butthole. Well, I'm glad Spirit and I could make him more of a believer. So, hopefully. But someone kept saying, is she in because I was seeing like new housing complex. That doesn't mean she's in it. It can be something in the area because it's like I said, it's like river, and I feel like there's a curve, like river, road, woods, fields, and the reference to like crevices and mountains, and that's what I kept seeing over and over. And I don't know. Oh, he always does this. This is nothing new. Like he just likes to rub on everybody. But I thought he was working with dog. I thought that Nick guy was working with dog. So, I mean, I thought they were working for the family. Oh, Neo. Neo, what are you doing? Neo, look, you caused the ball to go off. Well, I want to know where he was working at that time. I'm not saying she's in a wall or anything like that, because I'm not getting that. I could be wrong, but I just want to know where he was working at that time. Where is that at? It was like an hour away. What you just described is on that channel when they put a drone over it, Case Waterfall Crevices, flat terrain. I I did get a waterfall too. But do you know where they were looking at? Well, I haven't been threatened, so maybe I'm not close at all. Yeah, because when they find out, everybody's going to be like, well, I kind of knew it, but they just don't have evidence. That's the problem. I don't know. Apparently Ryan's looked all those places, but I need to see where it's at on a map. Because again, the map looks nothing like it does in real life, and that's where I struggle. Like within 20 minutes. Neo, my microphone is over there now, and you keep rubbing on it. People aren't going to be able to hear me. Hey, you don't take my water bottle off. What do you... Justice. What do you want, buddies? What do you want? You can't fit. You can't fit. See what? Oh, good God. Look how big he is. Look how big he is now. Look how big he is now. Oh, he wants a hug. He wants a hug. Want a hug? We want a hug. Oh. You're such a weirdo. You're such a weirdo. Okay, you want down now? You want down now? Okay, I told you it wouldn't be easy to be up here. Here, we gotta put you down now. Watch out. Watch out. It's okay. I got you. I got you. See, your feet are on the ground. There you go. Guy's on his back like this. You're on my mom. What, buddies? What? What, are you jealous, Kai? What? Hey, be nice to my kitty. Nice to my kitty. Yeah, he just needs one more shot, and then he can get into some training, hopefully. I don't know. Supposed to. I got thinking maybe I should have changed where my saying should have been enough with the dumb fuckery already. I was like, man, but I already made a shirt. I wonder if I can make another one. Be nice, guys. Don't play right here. You guys are making the balls go up. Now they're playing behind me. All right. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm tired. These cases bug me. Like, I don't think people understand how much I go back to the map, how much I drive myself crazy on a map. And I'm like, oh, let me go ask the rods 50 million questions. Like, you know what I mean? I get driven a little nuts. And then I tell myself, it'll happen. They'll be found when they're meant to be found, right? But I've been so close. Like, I've been so close. Like, with Elijah, we were close. With Dylan, we had it. I just would have remembered. That's what I'm saying. Spirit keeps telling me to go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. On all my cases, they've been telling me that. And I was headed back there 2 days before Elijah was found. I was going back to the beginning. I was working with the rods, though. And then I was going to go back through the cases. Or through the readings. And if I would have been like, okay, this makes sense now. I probably know Two Rivers by heart now. For real. Like, we were so close on that. We were so close on Bradley. Like, we had it. I just wish I would have. I wish I would have told Steven, hey, call him and tell him this area, around this area somewhere. Hey, calm down, dudes. And Kai and him play like two big dogs. Neo's like, I'm out of here, dude. Yeah, I'm trying. We're so close. We're so close in all the cases. It's like, it's always a place that we've been. It's always a place that's described. It's always where we've gone back to over and over. So I keep telling myself, like, well, where did I go back to on these cases? Like, over and over. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to remind myself, where was I pulled the most? So I do have a couple other maps done. Ben's map is done. I haven't shared that with you guys yet. Jen Doulos' map is done. I haven't shared it with you yet. I mean, his Neptune line went right there. You pay no attention to the balls. They're setting them off by hitting the thing. So, I mean, the Neptune line, but like I said, I think I was thrown off because I was told it was searched, which doesn't really mean anything to me anymore because I keep being told that and they keep being found there. And if she was that dumb, even though I got like a place that they knew, I don't know. Yeah. And there was snow and stuff too, which is why the frozen card came in. But all the cards said buried in the woods, and all my readings did. And then she threw me with the astrology saying water. I guess it was still wet area, like marshy, but I don't know. Trying to figure out. Yeah, I needed to do readings tonight, but I just can't. I guess I'll rest tonight and plan on doing it tomorrow so I can go to town on Saturday. Yep, that's the best thing I can do, I think, because I'm just so tired. I just don't think I can do anymore. I just don't think I can do anymore. I mean, I still have questions to ask from email or answer from email, so I should probably maybe work on that. Gotta get the little critters out and stuff. So I haven't watched TV in like 2 weeks. So it was hilarious. I contacted Steven to bug to listen and check out recent map. I had no idea you already knew each other until I saw. Yeah, we've done several lives together. Thank you. I have to. I want to come on here and see how we do, and if I don't do well here, I'll go to TikTok. But I don't like doing it two at once. It's like too much, I think. I don't know. I might do 2 at once. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I can. I think I need to let things just like I can't. I got to stay away from the maps. It gets obsessive. I get on the maps and I get obsessive over it. It's like my rods call my name. And then I get sent all in the wrong directions, and then I'm sitting here on the map for 3 hours later, and it's like, well, fuck, I'm still not any further than where I was before. And watch, it's gonna be an area that we've already been to. That's gonna be obvious. That, you know what I mean? It's gonna be that. So, oh, they were doing that last night too. It got bad. It got bad on TikTok for a bit, but all the people came in at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So. I get lost in everything, dude. But you know what? That like shaking of my hand is a trip. Like, I literally had no control, almost like if you were to have some kind of something that just made your hand just go like shake for no reason, you know what I mean? and I'm sitting here and I'm trying to do the rods, and it's like, well, this hand's shaking and the rod's going, and I'm like, I don't want the reading to be off because this hand's shaking. It was weird. It's the weirdest feeling, like when you can't control your hand like that. So something about those specific areas with my hand, I think really needs to be looked into, and I don't know where I was getting that at the summer. I think I recorded it. I might have to go back over it and see. But it's the weirdest feeling. But I thought my hand was cramping, Clarinda. Like, I really did. Stop, Poppy. Come on. Like, I really did. I thought my hand was cramping up, like, because when you like do something like this and your hand cramps or whatever, it kind of felt like that. But it was only this hand, and it was just like before he asked those last questions, it started doing it again. I was like, I really think we need to pay attention when it's shaking like that. You know what I mean? I got these ones off of Amazon. I like these ones better than the first ones I had. I did not like the first ones. They did not have a good handle on them. So these were the most liked on Amazon. I got those ones. But it's the first time I've experienced that, except for summer the other night. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, maybe my hand's just cramping. It only happened once. So it tripped me the hell out. Like, I'm sitting here trying to do this and my hand's shaking. And I'm like, ah. And it was almost painful shaking. You know what I mean, Clarinda? Like a painful, like almost like it is cramping, but because it's painful. Shira, stop. It's weird, but it's like I had no control over it. And that has to be the energy because it quit doing it. But I thought maybe I'm holding the rods too tight. Sometimes when you hold something too tight, I thought maybe it was that, but no, I know she told me it was the energy, but it still feels like your hand's cramping. So it's hard to tell if it's energy or your hand is cramping because it feels like it's cramping. Like, that's how it feels. It's they're spirit hunters. They're the number one on Amazon. So they're called spirit hunters. Yeah, it's weird. So she, Clarinda saying it's like spirit taking over. So that's kind of crazy, dude. Because I don't know if you guys ever seen anybody do rods whose hands don't do that. I haven't. I've never seen that before. I want to Google that. Alexa's going to be dumb on that one. Let me see. I want to see if there's anything on Google about that. Because Alexa, you ask her, she don't know shit. Just saying. It's probably not going to tell me anything. Maybe I hope I'm not holding them too tightly because it says hold them lightly. I don't hold them lightly. Maybe I'm holding them too tight. Rods are new to me, so I don't know if I'm using them right. Really? Because I know that I'm more... No, I didn't. I'm more connected to rods than I am like the pendulum. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they literally call my name sometimes. That sounds weird, but I just don't know how accurate they're. Like, you're like supposed to believe in them, but I can't find anything about that. I send Smart off to my phone. Yeah, she's dumb. She doesn't answer. She'll say, I don't know the answer to that. And it's like an easy question. Hmm. And you know what's weird is when I was doing Mamta's or Mamta's why would we send you the emails? I don't understand that. But I was getting visions with it when I was doing Mamta's. When I was doing Mamta's rods, I was getting visions with her. So that was interesting. Okay, yeah, no, you won't. Derek, we know you won't. There's nothing about it that I can see. But yeah, sometimes I'll get visions when I'm using them, and I don't do that with the pendulum. So there has to be some sort of it has to be a spiritual connection, because for the first time I was getting grapevines. Well, Derek, there's just so many scammers. We don't know who to believe. You know what I mean? It's hard to believe what if people say that, but a lot of time there's scammers that say that. Yeah. I just don't want to use them wrong, because I think I do hold them too tightly. You're supposed to hold them lightly. Which I did research before I started using them, but I think I just don't want to hold them wrong. Like, Derek, we just don't want you to be a scammer, and we don't know if you are or not. That's the thing. That happens all the time, and it's usually scammers. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm holding them too tight. Maybe I'm going to try to hold them looser and see if I get better results. But so too, mine they'll like they'll think. They'll like search. So I find that interesting. It's just I don't know. I hope that those answers are right, because I don't want to lead Steven like in that direction, but it was leading us in the right direction for Bradley. I wasn't looking at the map though, like he was. Well, how do we know? Well, anyway that it's all in the link tree in the description box. I just get scared because of so many scammers out there. You know what I mean? So the link tree is always in the description box and in the bio of YouTube. So it's very easy to find, and everything's in the link tree. But if you go to like the YouTube, like my profile where it says everything about me and all that, it's in there too. There's a link there. So I know, but I don't. I'm weary. It's a weary thing. Yeah. Yeah, you can ask a question. What? What do you want now? What do you want, Bubba? He hit the balls again. Or hit the thing on the balls again. What's up, Brett? Oh, the babies. That one live on TikTok, he was in my lap the whole time. Here, that's in the way. Say hi. 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 Yeah, I'm a medium, but I'm not doing readings tonight. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow. But I don't know if I'm gonna do mediumship. I have to see how I feel. Oh baby. Oh, there's always private readings too. Oh baby. Kai's like, put me up there. Look now, now it's both of them. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Yeah, there's some videos on here about that. Ow. Look, you scared Justice away. You took his spot. He was like, "Oh, I was loving on Mom. Now you're loving on Mom." Yeah. Yeah, there's but if you want to see, there's like videos in here of that. My little lifesaver. You are my little lifesaver. Hey, sit down, dude. What are you doing? All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. It's midnight, so. Who, Kai? He's a good baby. Yes. Only me though. He doesn't really like other people except for my mom and my aunt. Like, oh, my bird's crazy about my mom. Oh my gosh. She goes in the other room, and you never see like a conure more. Like usually they're connected to one person, but she ignored him for a long time because he bit her. And now with his beak messed up, he's very nice to her. Like it changed his attitude, and she keeps saying it changed his attitude. Which again, I'm so screwed with that. But because if you keep it up, it was going to be a lot cheaper than if you let it grow. And it grew so fast. But he'll go on top of the back of the couch and start screaming for her when she goes in the kitchen. Like he's like, "What are you doing?" But screaming at her, like, "Don't leave me." You know what I mean? But he's a good boy. He's a good boy, huh? He goes with me everywhere. Take him into Walmart and everything. And he's saved my mom's house. I don't know. Now she listened to us. Before, she's like, "No, there's nothing." And now she's like, "Yep, maybe you're right," because he started acting normal after she turned off the gas. So, yeah, they do. They scam. There's scammers. Like, that's what I'm saying. And then they make you feel bad. Well, I'll go give my generosity elsewhere. And it's like, okay, but was he real or was he a scam? Because I always fall for stuff. Lucy from Peanuts. Yeah. I know, he's the sweetest boy. He's the sweetest baby. He's the sweet. He loves. Huh. He loves them. Well, he's got to get fixed because he's got the bad things that he does. He's getting the bad things from being a boy. He's the most loving. Huh. He's the most loving. Here's a mama's boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a good mama's hugs. Love you. All right. What is Lucy from Peanuts do. I know, he's precious, isn't he? He'd be a good sniffer dog too, I think, because if he can sniff out he can sniff out gas, I'm sure he can sniff out other things, even though he's a small dog. Justice? Yeah, he's get out of there. You had to say something, didn't you? Hey, get out of there, Justice. He's trying to go behind the cat tree. You had to say something. You had to say something. Hey, no, you're not getting on there. They use the cat tree and they climb up and get on top of that. Oh, he loves it. There's a video on my TikTok that is just like him just now he wants to go see what his brother's doing. Want to go see your brother's doing? These two are like something else, man. Instant connection. I've never seen anything like a little dog and a big dog hit it off the way that they have. Always together, always messing around. So, all right, I'm for real getting off here now. It's 12 o'clock. I love you guys. And I thank you so much for your love and support. And this was not supposed to go 3 hours and 26 minutes. But I'm so glad Bradley was found. And that taught me a lot. Like, the last two cases have taught me a lot about feelings. You know, feeling on the map. You know what I mean? So I'm learning from every single case and when people are found and how it feels in that area and that we've been there and all that. So it's teaching me. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't promise I'm always going to be right, but I got to follow the feels, right? We got to see why I'm getting feeled that way. It's okay. You can rewatch. Rewatch, girl. Rewatch. So it's good, like, whenever they're found to, like, go back and be just like, you know what? This is exactly where I was pulled to this. You know, this is where the astrology lines hit. All of his astrology lines hit in that, apparently, that direction. So, like, his whole 7th and 8th house for Bradley. So, that's what I'm saying. If an astrology line goes where I'm pulled, then okay. Like, I'm not really pulled anywhere else. It could be just a coincidence that I'm pulled there and there's an astrology line. Like, that could be a coincidence, but I don't get pulled anywhere else on there. What do you want, buddy? And the rods, like I say, I don't know if they're accurate, but it would be nice if they were. You're sweet, but you're a pain in the booty. You're a pain in the booty. He has that healer bark where he barks at everybody and everything, like play with me bark, or you're in trouble bark. But he's a good boy. Yes, he was a good boy. What? You want in my lap too because Kai gets up here? Is that what you want? I mean, I usually don't believe in coincidences, but I mean, it's possible. Like, I'm not trying to lead anybody on wild goose chases. You know what I mean? Justice, you keep setting off the balls. I know. Well, when I go to my mom's, these two always go with me. I've never left them. So I was like, well, Mom, you get out of babysitting now. Because she's like, I don't know if I can handle it because Kai threw up in her hand last time we were there. So, okay, now that one, well, let's wait and see if that goes off again because I wasn't touching it at that time. But, so she was going to have to watch them while I went up to go look for Bradley. She doesn't have to do that now. So I think she feels a little bit better because she's like, I don't know about this, man. I don't know about babysitting anymore. I scared the shit out of myself. See how easy that is when you put in a new battery? That's why it'll go off. So I'm surprised it didn't go off when we were doing the rods and stuff. I was waiting for it. It always goes off with Steven. Always. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, Kai, he's got bad separation anxiety. I can't leave him. I take him everywhere. And Justice is just as bad. You can't leave him in the crate at my mom's. He screams bloody murder. He's okay if it's two of them, but they don't fit in the crate. They don't both fit in the crate there, and he's almost outgrown it. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's loud. And it's very sensitive when you change. I just changed the batteries because it went off today though. It went off this morning though. Well, not this morning. This afternoon when I was talking to him, we were talking about Bradley and everything, and it went off. I could hear it all the way in there, but he's been telling me, like, you got to quit questioning yourself because he called our astrologist today and because he couldn't reach me. I guess I didn't answer the phone. I didn't hear it go or off or anything. I usually do, but so he talked to her, and they're both like, yeah, I know she questions herself all the time. Yeah, I do. He's like, you got to quit doing that. It's really hard. Like, I'm still human. Like, you're questioning me. Of course I'm going to question myself. I'm going to do that anyways. Like, I still am human. Like, you know what I mean? Until I get this whole thing down of understanding and following energy, then I'm always going to. And I'm still going to, because there's no validation to know that you're right other than what you get. So it's hard. It's taking me a long time to get here, but hopefully we're getting somewhere with location, hopefully. Yeah, but it always goes off when I'm on the phone with him. It went off the other night when I was on the phone with my mom. Randomly, I don't know who it would have been, but sometimes it'll go off. Like, so it does work. It is a journey. It's been a 12-year journey. I've been begging Spirit to like help me with location, and really close with Elijah. Really, I mean, we had it. We had it. We just weren't like adamant about it. And same thing with Bradley. Like, we had that location. I should have told him, like, go contact the detective, but like, I don't know. You know me, I always question. I didn't have astrology yet to be like, yep, that's it. You know what is crazy? Because one day I thought about him. Like, Steven popped in my mind. So I texted him. I was like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Because I hadn't heard from him in a while. As soon as I texted him, the bear went off. And he calls me. He's like, no, my uncle passed away and my dog's in the hospital. And so I was like, oh, that makes sense. Well, the bear just went off. So that's what I'm saying. I would like to know where we were at on the map when that ball went off. And I told him, I said, hey, that ball is going off right now. I just put new balls up and turned them on. And one's going off right now when we're talking about Bradley. And I don't remember where we were at. So it is. It's hard. It's a tough thing. Like, to not question and stuff, you know. Location's tough for me. It always has been. I've always struggled with it because there's nothing like tells me that's the right spot. You know, there's nothing that like hits me. Sometimes I can feel things like I get sick or hit me in the head, but nothing really for certain tells me that someone's there a lot of times. So it's more of just like, I keep going back here and looking. I keep going back here and looking. That's it. So what we need to do when I'm doing mapping and stuff is see, where do I keep going back to? Where do I keep going back to? You know, where do I keep being pulled to that I like can't leave alone? Like, that's what we need to like keep in the back of our minds, you know, along with the readings. The first couple readings are most accurate. So those are the two things I'm noticing, because Spirit's been telling me to go back to the beginning. So the first couple readings, because I don't know anything, my mind isn't being let off. I'm not being let off anywhere. And then like I'm going in completely blind. So the first couple readings and where I keep going on the map, I think is a big part of it. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm making mental notes of how things feel, or what the areas I kept going back to. So I'm making mental notes of like how it felt. But it is basically like I just keep going back and forth. So Bradley, we kept going between that pyramid mountain and this Dean mountain or whatever. It was like a back and forth thing. But it was right there by 17. So that's why I was like, well, there's 17. I keep getting 17. I got a 17 in the reading today. They couldn't take it. Like, there's 17. It's right there. And I have to tell you guys this, and I don't care. So I don't know if you guys know Rochelle the medium. Apparently, that's what she is. Me and Steven were talking about this case, and no one else really knew about it. Next thing you know, I heard she's calling the sheriff's or the police department in Arizona and telling them that Bradley's in water. Like a month ago. And I told Steven, I said, that's bullshit. He's in a mountainous, rocky area. Like, that's all I see with him. So that's what the detectives told Steven, was that, oh yeah, the psychic called, and like, please don't get us like mixed up, because it's Rochelle, not Rochelle. She's like, yeah, this psychic called and said he was in water, and we just kind of let it go. And I was like, good, because he's not. And then he said, well, I've heard a lot of things about that, like that, because people think, get off of her. People think that she stole my location for Riley. That's what people think, but I don't know. I can't say for sure. I'll never say that for sure, because I'm not trying to be like that. But yeah, she tried to say that they wouldn't look there because of her. No, because no one would listen to us on that. But so he told the police officer, or he told the detective, he said, well, my girl's saying like a Rocky Mountain area, or a rocky area. And he's like, what do you, like, where's a rocky area? The mountains, hello, like, where else would it be? So he was like telling him after he was found, there is water there, but I don't know how much is in it. It actually flows under the bridge right there. And I pulled cards like by river, so that makes sense, because it was like mountains and by river. Like, it validated everything. I don't need to release it because I just don't. But he's like telling the detective, well, I'll send you these screenshots. Like, I'll show you. And if you have any other cases you need help on, like, see if you'll give her a call, you know? And he sent him to my videos, and he's like, yeah, I checked her out, but I don't know nothing about this. So, I mean, when you don't know how it works, it's hard, you know? But I just thought that was so interesting that after we started talking about it, she called and was like saying he was in water. I'm like, no, he's not. It's the first thing I told Steven. No, I'm getting Rocky Mountain area. That was the very first thing that came in 17, because I had just got it before we started working that. So that was my first two things that I got. And I was like, I wonder if he wandered off here and something happened, because I didn't really see anybody around him at the time. But the detective was like throwing me, because I guess he told Steven like they thought somebody did something to him. So, but anyways, pretty much it. So yeah, I was in that came in back then randomly, and then it came in the reading the day that me and Steven talked. It was so weird. So, well, that it does happen. Like, that's why people don't follow psychics, and that's why I don't like to contact police, because people always ask me, do you contact police? No, because I'm not sure. Like, I'm not going to send them on a wild goose chase. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole reason I didn't tell Steven, hey, go tell him this area, because I didn't want to send him on a wild goose chase, so I had a chance to do my reading and work at it more. Because I was going to tap in, do my reading, work at it more. I don't see the point in doing that now, since he's been found. Like, that's the whole point. But I don't know. If I get pulled to it, I will. But it's weird. It was almost a year. It was almost exactly to the day of when he went missing. I think he was found Monday, which is the 9th, and he went missing the 8th. So, yeah. I mean, there's people that say a lot of things, and I'm just like, you know, about that specific person, I'm just like, you know, I don't know anything about her to know. You know what I mean? But I can tell you one thing. She did not tell anybody where Riley was, and they did not go and follow that, because he was found by the barge, and nobody listened to me. Guaranteed nobody listened to her. So this is not talking crap. I'm just saying this is what I was told. That she called saying he was in water like a month ago. So, but the guy was very open to work with me, because he's worked with psychics before, and the psychic led to a body or something of that sort. And I'm pretty sure it was Alison Dubois. And so I was stressed out about it. I was like, that's some big shoes to fill. Like, what am I going to do? You know, I started stressing out about it, but ended up being all right. Ended up being right. So, all right. I really am getting off here now. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Everybody have a good night. Be safe. Be blessed. I'll see you again soon. Probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, look out for my live. I'm probably going to do live readings or something. So, kind of don't have a choice. So, it is what it is. Unless something happens amazing and I don't need to. Then, that'll be different. I'm looking for my ending here. Here we go.